Is that another box?
Does this ever stop?
It's either me, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys.
Welcome to the My Wife is Going to Kill Me podcast.
The podcast where me and my friends talk about the number one thing that makes our wives want to kill us.
Toy collecting! Transform! And roll out! Transform! And roll out! Transform!
That's America's ass.
And roll out! Transform! Roll out! M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, wow, you are dumb. All right, man's man, we'll see you on the flip-flop. I tend to lash out to protect my loved ones.
Travis.
At least he's just giving it the old whoppity top.
It just keeps growing.
And it's good stuff.
Oh, shoot.
Jeremy, don't encourage him. I hope the cat pisses on you. You're reading again, aren't you? I like everything, so just tell me stuff.
Steve.
I'm being misrepresented here. You got no power over me, you harpy.
Did you put a period at the end of that statement?
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
M-W-I-G-T-K-M, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Let the good times roll!
All right, everybody, welcome. It's episode 349 of the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast.
We made it.
Thanks
Thanks to Cody.
Things was looking bleak.
It's been a rough study this morning. We computer actually had smoke pouring out of it at one point, but Cody
There
jumped
was
into
snakes and spiders crawling out of it.
action. Like the little guy is so little he crawled right inside the computer and started banging on it with like tools, fixing it.
Like
just-
Ant-Man and Iron Man suits.
He's just hitting it with his dick.
Just ripping out wires.
Been a while since we've been here all with you all, but
Not quite complete.
yeah, but the good parts are here. We're all good. It's gonna be one of those fantastic shows. Been a lot of reasons for us not to podcast. There was Travi out of town, then there was Easter, then there was Kane County, but maybe we came back with some stories. I don't know. We got some fun things to talk about. But I am your host, Lord Stephen Bishotti. And with me today are the two best co-hosts a host could have, and Cody as well.
Thank God Cody is in the booth.
Yeah. You wouldn't have got shit.
You might have got a 20-minute audio podcast because our iPad wasn't charged.
It was like 2%.
I think in the time it took for Cody to tear apart a whole computer and fix it from the inside, it did get up to 11%.
Yeah, we could have got a solid 6 minutes.
Which would have been Steve's intro.
Well, things have happened.
Things are happened.
Travis went to... Where did you go first? You went to Grand Rapids Comic-Con that wasn't in Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
Right?
Grand Rapids, Spring Fling, and Kalamazoo. It's a weird... it's a weird thing.
It's only Grand Rapids in name.
Yes.
Come to California. It's in Michigan.
Pretty much what it was in Grand Rapids. It was at the Deltaplex. So and that ended up getting bought by someone else or sold or something, and so that place no longer is a venue that could be used. So then they had to find a place to move it to, and they moved it to a whole nother town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Kalamazoo's a great time. Show went really well. It was 2 weeks after MesquiCon, so we just went right into it. Kyle helped me with this. Him and I actually split the booth, and they get a decent crowd in Friday was kind of slow. Saturday was crazy, and then Sunday was slow. But had fun. You know, did our thing. Hung out with Gavin and Deanna, and old man Kyle and Heidi made the trip. So it was an adventure, to say the least. Yeah.
All right.
Little story that comes from that real quick.
Oh, I'd love to hear it, Travie.
When me and Heidi are standing there talking, she says to me, I don't know if I could bite you hard enough to draw blood.
Oh.
I'm assuming there was a good lead up to that
Nothing.
statement.
No lead up.
No lead up to that statement.
She's not physically able to bite that hard, or that she would feel bad.
Or that your skin is so tough.
Yeah. One of those things. Which of those was that?
So I kind of look at her, and we're actually lying in bed, and it's one of these moments she's reading her book, and then...
This is at the con, or
I had a separate thought while I was
right in
reading.
that range.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it was at the con, because that would have been weird, because Kyle would have been in the bed next to us.
Right.
But
Bet you I could.
But if he was in bed next to us, he had his CPAP on and was in a different realm regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CPAP world is good.
Yeah. So I look at her and she goes, in this erotic book I'm reading, there is a lot of blood play. And I'm like, if you ever try to bite me that hard, I am going to punch you in the face.
Yes. There will be fisticuffs.
Yes. I just want you to understand, if you ever try to bite me that hard, you will wake up on the ground.
And there will be blood play.
Yes. There will be blood play. I thought it would be a great idea for her to start reading erotic books. Now I'm terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you do? So I'm still confused. Like, just like her jaw wouldn't be strong enough, or she just doesn't know.
I don't think
would
she
make
really
you
wants
bleed?
to do that. Yeah, I think that's it. At least I hope.
She's gonna start small.
Real small.
Yeah. Just little nibbles here and there. Oh, I'm sorry, your ear. Next thing you know, you have half a wiener.
Is there people out there that like getting bit that hard?
Yeah. I mean, I assume. Don't bite me at all. Ew.
There's people out there that like everything.
That is true.
That's true.
I bet you there's somebody out there that likes his eyelashes pulled out.
Yeah.
Or hers.
Mm.
They're weird. People are weird. People got fetishes.
People
Weird.
are weird.
People got hang-ups.
Yeah.
That's why I stick to the tried and true. I don't try anything too out of the ordinary.
Wouldn't that be a hang up for you then? Like you're not willing to go beyond your comfort?
Hey, last time we did stuff without socks on.
Nice. Naked feet. That's fucking dangerous.
Did the naked feet touch each other?
No, I stay in my footprint. She stays in hers.
Laura would always make fun of me because I would always still have my socks on at the end. Like my titties are flapping, but my socks are just fucking solid on my toes.
She's like, really? Socks? Put your shirt back on.
Yeah, I could have kept your fucking bra on, you fucking bastard. Instead.
This is what you get.
Yeah, these hairy moobs. Just flapping.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kalamazoo was great.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about toy shows.
It was, just a little thing to do for a weekend. Made decent money. The great thing about selling Mythic Legions is usually the people that buy, they don't just walk up and buy one. No, they're like, oh, I guess I need these 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many options. Even if they were like brand new to seeing the line, they'd be like, oh, I like this one too. So yeah, I could see easily buying several.
This point of the show season starts to get like a little rough for me too. I'm about like 4 or 5 shows in and have not been buying a bunch of toys in that time frame. So Mesquite Con, good show for me. This Kalamazoo show, good show. Kane County, which was the last weekend, which I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about. Good show. Now I have 2 more shows coming up, and I'm like sitting here going, the amount of toys I have is shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a good problem to have, though. So it doesn't really bother me that much.
For sure.
Yeah. But follow that up with Kane, Chicago Toy Show. Saw a lot of friends. Hung out with a lot of people. Steve, Kyle, and Kane came with, which this is the second time Kane has been there. But it's been 4 years. So, like, because the memories showed up on my phone. I'm like, oh, shit, it's been 4 years since I've been here. Yep.
I only went there once.
You've only been to Chicago, yeah. You want to talk a little bit about Chicago Toy Show?
Absolutely. Probably should. It's our duty to talk about Kane County Toy Show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that the old man was probably in rare form for Kane County. He did multiple things that were hilarious throughout the weekend. I slept with him. We CPAP'd it up together.
I was gonna say, do you keep the CPAP on when you guys are honking each other?
Oh, yeah. Need all that oxygen.
You gotta keep breathing, yeah.
Gotta keep breathing, man.
1 machine, 2 hoses.
Like Lady and the Tramp.
There was definitely 2 hoses in that bed.
So,
What?
Kane says to me, we're talking about going in the week and the plan and everything, and he goes, hey, I'm sleeping with you, right? And I was like, absolutely not.
You get Steve.
He's like, what do you mean? I go, I hate to tell you this, but Kyle is a little obsessed with me, and if he doesn't get to sleep in my bed,
So he's low-key freaking out.
he's like, I really don't care who I sleep with, but I would much rather sleep with you. I think he changed his mind when I took off my clothes, though. Please let me go over Steve and Kyle's bed.
Sandwiched in between them.
How is it going to sleep with a drunk old man?
It was kind of funny. I mean, we all got a giggle when the night that Kane, the youngest of us, has to bring the old man up to bed. Because the old man, he like escorts him to the room before we all come to the room because Kyle's out of his mind. And takes this picture of Kyle laying face planted half on the bed and says, this is what's going on upstairs on a Friday night before the show.
I'll try and find that photo.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Good visual would work. Nice.
Oh.
Kyle, we hung out downstairs in the lobby for a while later, and we went up there. Kyle was still awake. But he was grumpy to the point where he was really upset with me because I kept moving my feet in the bed. And he like flipped out, like threw a tantrum. We're moving! Can you stay still? And I'm like, you little bass, I just crawled into the bed.
I gotta get comfortable.
Trying to find my comfortable spot.
Yeah.
And he is just a whining and bitching like the old man likes to do about everything. Everything's a conspiracy theory with that guy, too.
He was definitely entertaining. And watching you and him together, it made me laugh. I just sent it to you, Cody.
Me and Kane had a good time at one point. We shared a moment where we were both sitting there watching the old man watch people.
Here's a photo.
That's not his bed.
One shoe.
One shoe.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can imagine before he face planted on this bed is him saying to my son, "What side does your dad sleep on?"
It's about right.
I'll take the foot of the bed.
Is this about where his crotch usually is?
I don't smell it.
Okay. Continue, Steve.
Yes. Kyle watching. Old man Kyle watching.
Old man Kyle watching people is the coolest thing. It's not people watching is fun. Watching old man Kyle people watch is better. So we're sitting down there just watching old man. The looks on his face of the different various things he sees, and his 460 times he almost jumped into action to steal to thwart a theft that never happened.
What?
He thinks everyone is stealing. He's so old.
He's standing there. And he's always shifting from one shoe to the next. You know, he's shifting his weight one leg next, and then he sees something. He's like, "Oh shit, they're gonna steal something!" And he moves. And he's like, "Oh, okay, no, they didn't. They're not. Okay."
Is this like in a bar?
No,
Like,
this is we're watching him watch the booth.
This is at the show.
This is at the show.
During the show.
Okay.
He thinks they're gonna steal from our booth.
And this is sober Kyle.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is part of the problem.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna
If
say
you
I had a different picture going on, like, so you're trying to steal that
So
purse?
we're talking about a U-shaped booth, and me
Yes.
and Kane are sitting behind the table, and Kyle's kind of out towards the aisle where he can see. You know, usually Trav's booth has that little island in the middle with stuff hanging on it.
Yeah.
And he's kind of out there so he can see people walking by that, you know, might not necessarily enter our booth, or people just shopping on that back side of that little, like I said, island or end cap or whatever you want to call that. And Kyle is constantly like ready to jump into action and like I said, thwart a theft. But no one wanted to steal anything. So
You guys should have paid somebody to steal something just to see what happens.
No, no one stole anything because of him.
Right. Well,
saw that.
you could argue whatever he did worked.
I love Gatsu. He'll come around the corner and I'll be like, did a guy just come through here? Yeah, I go, yeah, he's right here. Look at this stuff. Okay, all right.
I've got
He missed his calling. He should have been a freaking
a
officer.
floor
of the
walker.
law.
Floor walker at Meyer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
He should have been a floor walker at Meyer. So, and then he's like, so he has some figures of his own that are for sale in Travis's booth, and I have some figures that are my own that are for sale. And we track them by little colored stickers. Okay, so you know if it's mine or his, right? Well, if someone picks up something that is mine and they're just looking at it, Kyle has to look over and make eye contact with me and go. It's like trying to give you the wink to know somebody's looking at mine. Like, you might get a sale. And then the person...
You're either going to get a sale or they're stealing this motherfucker.
Be ready.
And then the person will set it back on the rack and he'll be like, cut! He'll do the no sale. He's doing the cutthroat thing. He's like, no sale, Steve. Sorry. He's communicating with me with like through this primitive form of sign language to tell me,
Which he's never explained to anyone beforehand. He's got it all mapped in his head.
And it's the reason they set it back
Yes.
down because these two weirdos are freaking out when I picked it up.
Never mind.
Every time they pick up a thing, he sees Kyle. He's doing this to Steve. Steve's going,
I lost 14 sales today because of you. Shit.
Watching the old man. It's a highlight.
What was that?
What? What'd I do?
I think you got lost in the moment, man. Yeah. Well, that's nice. So you guys did you both do okay?
It was crazy sales.
Yeah.
Crazy sales in Chicago. MesquiCon was wild too.
Yeah.
You know, the Horseman rub doing a street, like, people just come.
Yeah.
Yeah, we, of course, sold out of Barbarians early, shockingly. About the same thing that happened at MesquiCon, 25 minutes in, gone. Had a little bit of a weird, like, how to do, because Chicago Toy Show is, Saturday is set up, and you could pay $50 as a shopper and come in and shop while people are setting up. A lot of people do this.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people do this. And sometimes I've had great sale days on those days. But most of the time, I just do a little bit of money because most of the stuff I have is modern.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the people who are coming in paying that kind of money, they're vintage shoppers.
Yeah.
Yep. They're trying to find that stuff before, so it's not gone before the next day. So then the question is, well, how many Barbarians do I put out on that day? Because these people are paying $50 to get in.
Yeah.
You know, instead of 10 or whatever it is the next day. They deserve the opportunity to get the Barbarians as well, is my opinion. So we took a chunk, a little bit smaller chunk, sold them on Saturday. And we had a lot of people coming up asking, and I pretty much told everybody it's going to be the last thing we put on the table. Like, we're setting up. I had no fear of not being able to sell all of them,
Sure.
of course. And setup wasn't horrible. I mean, having 4 dudes, and not only, Kyle and Kane did most of the work, without a doubt. But having Steve there, too, because we did a pretty good display of figures, of Horseman figures, so people could actually see them out of the package, and which I always want to do, but I usually don't have enough room. This show, I have a shit ton of room.
Yeah.
So having Steve there, and I'm like, Steve, I gave him this box. I just said, dude, just pose all these figures, and he sat there and posed figures for a half an hour to an hour, which I thought looked really awesome, and I felt like helped. It's pretty crazy when you go, yeah, look how cool it looks in the package. It's right there. Go look at it. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Ganesha was a great example. Ganesha's sitting there displayed with, that beautiful, Nate backdrop, just looked awesome. And it didn't take long. We had a case of those, gone. Legendary Barbarian. I mean, we had a line, and it's a weird show, and Steve can talk a little bit more about this, but it's a weird show because it's not a show where you get a line at a booth. It's just not. There's how many booths at that show.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy thing.
It's all vintage.
Yeah.
95% of the show is vintage stuff. You don't know where to go to a line. There's treasures there for everybody, but you don't know where those treasures are when you walk in the door. You gotta find your treasures. So there's no place to line up.
Yeah.
Where there is for us.
Yeah. I wish it would have been fun to actually see the race, people, actually hustling to.
Right.
So it didn't take long to get a line. And then, just like that. We limited it once again, 1 per. And I even was really tried hard to, if they bought one the day prior, I didn't let them buy one the second day.
Yeah.
Which, it's just the way it was. It's an amazing figure. There's a lot of people there to get it. We had a few people that oh man, I drove 4 hours. I'm like,
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. Drove a little earlier.
Yeah, and it was tough. And that's the hard part. When you have something like that figure drew people there. Literally drew people there. so you wish you had enough to get everyone one, but that's kind of how it works too. Yeah. And it's easy to explain. It'll be available. You just got to be patient.
Yeah.
But we all know as toy collectors, sometimes being patient is.
I want my shit now.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Well, the peanut gallery over in the Cabal had a lot to say about how we did things, even though they weren't there to see how we did things. So that was always fun. I don't know if we'll be talking about any of that today, but
I did not screen grab any of that stuff, so we could definitely discuss it.
yeah.
They talked about your setup specifically?
Not even that. More.
Well, some people were talking about a lot of things that I'm like, I don't know how this stuff got out. They knew how the things got shipped and where they got shipped and how much we got. And I was like, well, how do you know all this stuff? This is odd because.
And they were wrong.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
So someone is speculating and then just.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just word vomit on the Cabal and say that this is what's going down and it's because of this and it's because of that and blah blah blah. What are you talking about? You're not even here, dude.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't go. Or it was some, and it's weird. Like somehow these people think they have this insider knowledge about stuff, and they're way off. And then people were mad that we were selling them the day before because all those people are just scalpers. Which,
not necessarily true.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I'm not going to say there's no scalpers in the line because how do we know?
Sure.
I mean, well, there's some people we do know, but
we'll definitely talk about one of them soon.
But I can tell you without a fact that all of the pig figures on Saturday did not go to scalpers.
Right. And also too. So what? If they choose to come to the show and get this figure. And they turn around and sell it for 3 times. What? It's their choice.
Yeah.
If someone else buys it from them, that's up to them.
That's why we limit it to 1. That's really the only thing we can do, or the horseman can do, or is limit it. When you got people paying $50 to get through the door to get stuff before people, that's the whole reason they paid $50. How do you not have any for sale?
Yeah.
And we didn't even do half of them. We did less than half that day.
And because of how we did it, saying we weren't going to sell any until we were totally set up, some of the people that came to me and asked for one did not come back. So some people just missed out.
Yeah.
I mean, and that first day, the amount that we had, it took a while for those because there wasn't a line for people it was the second day, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you just can't make everybody happy. It's the way it is. I'm glad we had some. I'm glad we got some into the hands of collectors. There's people that have been buying from me in Chicago for 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I took the Coliseum wave there and was, sell. So I just feel like some of those battles you're not going to win, and the reality of it is sometimes the people that were out there whining, the things they were whining about were wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's life, right?
Right.
You're always going to get them folks. So you just got to do whatever you got to do.
Yeah. And I felt like, I mean, we didn't, I hate to say Legendary Barbarian sold out while you could see, a line of people there and just seeing that instant on their face. I didn't enjoy that experience, but
it's nice to have that kind of control. Huh?
Nah, it's wild.
Hey, who wants a bunk face? Ready? I sold out.
That's why after he said it, I had to say, "That's right." Sorry, the Legendary Barbarian is sold out. That's right, sold out, everybody.
But I'll tell you, everybody that walked in there and asked, and unfortunately didn't get one, they were totally cool.
Yeah. I think most of them probably know that that's the risk that they run. Just going through there, well, I may not get one, but at least there's other shit. So
I really, going to these toy shows and talking to people, sometimes the perception of the toy collector online, the drama, the crying, that when you're actually at shows with other toy collectors.
Yeah. It's the typical keyboard warrior shit.
Yes.
It's shit that's been going on for years and years and will never end.
Yeah.
until like virtual punching becomes legal.
You could actually shock somebody.
What the fuck? Yeah, you were being a douche.
Stop being a douche.
Yeah, I fucking shocked you, bitch.
Yeah. I thought the display was awesome.
Oh, we looked good, I thought, and it was kind of neat. It was kind of cool to have other vendors walking up and going, "What is the deal with you guys in the line?"
Yeah.
They walk past all of the stacked up Mythic Legions we have and go, "What is everybody after over here?" And you're like, "These." You see this whole booth? This is what they're after. What are these? Okay, dude, you're 60 and you're wearing SpongeBob SquarePants shorts, and you've got Crocs on that are weird. I mean, come on, dude, you're kind of out of it. All right, you look like you just escaped from a mental ward. I know you're a toy vendor, and you know the difference between the Repro pistol, Stormtrooper pistol from Vintage, and everything. But get with the times, buddy.
Put on your 3-piece suit and get with the times, bitch.
So you got him into Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
You really stole them.
There's no hope. You see that guy, and his eyes glaze over, like, what are these beautiful things that I think I would... Oh, no, I need to go find some old moldy Legos.
Moldy Legos. Wow.
Yeah, we're like big deals. We're like rock stars. At least that's how I saw it.
Heidi was looking through some pictures, and she says, "Did Steve just sit here at this spot the whole time?"
That's kind of his thing.
I was like, "Nah, he was a working machine."
Yeah.
He was a working machine. Did you sell some heads?
A few. I didn't have very many heads to sell. I did not prepare for this show at all. Basically, it was what was left over from Mesquite Con, which was basically what was left over from Legion's Con. So, it was slim pickings. Kind of hard to sell when your selection is limited. But I did sell a few, and I sold a couple. I sold one, big item I had for sale there, but not a huge item, and so it's okay.
What were the huge items you had there?
Yeah. What's your difference between the big item and
Well,
huge item?
I don't know if you guys even know what that. I sold
It's
that
big, but
that
not huge.
that. I don't know if it's Warrior Beasts or if it was. It's one of the knockoff brands.
Mm-hmm.
I had this cat thing. It originally came with a figure. It was in the box. It was beat up, and it's you don't ever see this thing. I bought it years ago, and it's been sitting on my shelf collecting dust, and I barely ever notice it's there anymore. So I brought it there, and I sold that for like $180 or something. Sold some heads, but I had my Wonderbread there for sale for if anybody wanted to pay a high price.
How high?
I had that sucker on sale for $1,200.
Get the fuck out of my shit.
We were having a good conversation. I'm sorry, folks. That's going to end. Now, get prepared.
It hasn't been a funny conversation. I've been listening. I've had one zinger, and it was Cody with the 2 hoses, 1 CPAP. Oh, you guys are shitting the bed.
We've been talking about toys.
I'll sit in a folding chair, Trev.
No, I'll sit in it. Travis, do you want to help me?
No, I'm gonna grab it. You don't worry about it. This thing's a bit.
Best part of the day so far is Jeremy assuming Kyle is watching for pickpockets in a bar, not in a toy show booth. That literally was all you guys had talked about for 20 minutes was toy booths.
I was still stuck on the fact that like Kyle was a drunk.
Kyle was a drunk.
So I'm thinking these guys are fucking hanging out drinking and shit. And this is where it started, and that's why he had to get brought to the room.
When Kane is the adult,
I
in
make
the
my own
situation,
stories in my head.
taking care of the old man. It's a parallel dimension. No, but so I had $1,200 on my Wonderbread. Didn't sell. That's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know if I really wanted to sell it, but if someone was going to offer me $1,200 or $1,100, I might have taken. I probably would have taken it. So
So you want to take in $1,000?
maybe I would have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd see how it felt in that situation.
They flashed them greenies in front of him.
Might get
He
motivated.
might have coulda.
But as the weekend went on, I was less and less motivated to sell because people always want to know how you got it. And then I start telling them how I got it.
Oh
and
no,
then
you just go listen to this episode of
Book
Potu.
2.
Yeah, I think it's episode 40. I think.
You'd know better than me at this point.
Yeah,
It's our greatest hit.
I'm gonna start setting up figures at the booth. Like, oh no, that's a Kraft macaroni and cheese Donatello. You kidding me? I got that in '91. I need 47 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese in order to get that.
Now you don't want to get rid of it. Told the story too many times, huh?
told the story, brought up some memories. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I should probably just keep it. But if someone give me $1,200,
I'm gonna let go of some memories for $1,200.
I mean, I always got the memories, right?
Yeah.
Well, ask old man Kyle about that.
I think the last one I sold for $300.
Yeah, that at Kane.
Yeah.
I was with you.
Yeah.
Weren't sure that was legit.
Yeah, we had no clue. Yeah.
We weren't sure if that was a for real made up thing.
In fact, I think we suspected at the time that it was parts of a real one and parts of a new one.
Yeah,
Of
something
a- or
weird.
of a-
Yeah.
But yeah, you sold that one for $3. But they've been going for way more than that for a while. I mean,
Oh, it's been a long time.
they were settling in at like $600 to $700 there for
Yeah,
a while.
prices are only going up on that fucker.
Yeah,
Which is crazy. $1,200 for
and he got a lot of attention.
Brown-haired He-Man.
Yeah.
A lot of people looked at it. and
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
there's a Wonderbread. And
Which is the cool part about it.
Well,
Like,
and it's so weird too, though, because like over the years we've seen many more pop up.
I have,
Like,
yeah.
in groups and shit. Oh, look, I have one. Look, it's like everybody and their fucking brothers got one now. But
Yeah,
the
as soon
price
as-
just keeps going up.
As soon as you realize you can take a He-Man figure with brown hair and say that you got it out of a lunch pail when you were a kid and sell it for $1,200, everybody's going to have one. That's just capitalism.
It's true.
$1,200.
Of all of the disgusting, vile, out of this world, crazy porn fetishes, Steven goes with pulling eyelashes.
I was going for abstract.
You take the sickest fucker that we have in our circle, pulling eyelashes doesn't crack his top 100.
Ugh.
Trying to, think outside the box.
All the eyes are way outside the
Yeah,
box.
farthest thing from the box.
So, anything else you got to say about the old? We had a good time. We talked to our friend. What was his name?
Which one?
Tom Brisky?
Tom Brisky.
Tom Brisky.
There's a bunch of good friends there.
Did you guys see Pickles Dan?
We did see Pickles walking
Yeah.
You
around.
mentioned something about that.
Yep.
Is that supposed to be that color? I'm just gonna avoid that one.
Hung out with Carl Miller. Alan from Black Forge Toys.
He's got. I forgot to bring that. I got something from him,
Me too.
and I forgot to bring it. I'll have to try to remember it for next time.
Frank Cortland.
Frank Lira.
Frank Lira. It's good to see him out and about selling.
Is he booted up or anything?
No, but he's
Limping?
limping. Yep, limping pretty good. Yeah, although doing a toy show, standing on cement.
Right.
Yeah. It was
He
real
has
good.
you have customs and stuff out that he
He
did?
did not have any customs because he pretty much said that the whole time he had a broken leg, he couldn't paint.
That makes perfect sense because the average painter uses their foot. So
Apparently, he said they were downstairs in the basement, couldn't get his stuff, but it was really good to see him. Corlin, his buddy, just a great dude. We had fun, hung out with some good people, and it's just like Chicago. Like I said, there's people that just been buying there forever, so you just got to stand around and talk toys for hours, and it was. I've been concerned about the economy and how it was going to affect these shows. It felt like one of the busiest Chicago toy shows that I've been to in a while.
Well, there's a 60-year-old guy walking around with SpongeBob SquarePants pajamas on. It's gonna be fine.
Yes, we'll be okay.
We got those people out there. They're not living in the real world. They're just trying to chase memories of their childhood.
They're just trying to get that
exactly
hit.
What I do, I just can dress better.
Steve did wear a polo. Or a
It's
collar.
better than that same Tulip City shirt that's all faded.
I love that Tulip City shirt that's all faded. It shows I've been around. It shows I have longevity.
No, what it shows is your belly button.
It's that too.
Yeah, so speaking of, could you guys talk a little bit about Tulip? You guys both made it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both
Yeah.
went there. Yeah.
I don't know what Steve had going, but
The Dooch was running the Armies of Ashmore booth, selling some figs, and not doing great. Not doing great at all. He's not a great salesman. He's
Pretty
not
terrible.
he's not very fun to talk to. He's not very nice to look at. I mean, he's the Dooch. And so I said, "Hey, Dooch." I said, "Hey, man," I said, "if you need a break or something, let me know. I'll cover the booth for you." "Oh, that'd be great. Cool. Thanks, man." So I'm doing a pass, and he says, "Hey, take up on an offer, man. You run the booth?" "Yeah, no problem, man." And I did 1,100 in sales while he was gone to the bathroom. And he came back, and I was like, "You suck at life, dude." So what I didn't tell him was that it was all of Matthew's family. I just happened to walk up. Brother from Chicago, mom, aunt, everybody came up and bought his toys from me
or to
in
get
the
Matt's
3
fingers.
minutes that Dooch was in. Oh, it was so good. God, those figures were turning heads at that show.
oh yeah,
There was people stopping, picking one up, walking away, coming back, buy one, turn around, walk away, come back, buy another. I mean, they were getting attention. I mean, unlike, a lot of the people that bought the figures are getting zero attention from Matt as far as, getting them shipped. But
Overall, it was a pretty fun show. I got some good pickups there, some good vintage stuff, and seemed like everybody was having a good time. Good old, it's a good old Matt show.
yeah.
he got that Chef Boyardee Viper vintage G.I. Joe. Pretty cool. So, came inside of a can of ravioli. Nobody knows about it. We all just talk about it and believe it. So he jewed him down to $350.
I just found this interesting to look up while we were discussing Armies of Ashmore. Everything is sold out at BBTS except for Rydor says he's in stock right now.
It's because they know who it's named after. They're like, fuck that Swede.
The head packs are gone. The weapons pack is gone. All of the characters are gone. Yeah. That's pretty quick.
That is pretty quick.
That's been the majority of that stuff was sold out almost 2 weeks ago. They were posting. That's
Doing well.
good shit.
Doing well.
People are clamoring for more. He's getting a ton of positive feedback on the Facebook page. And then, of course, there's some people that I'm assuming hang out in the cabal most of the time that are in there as well. But
Well,
There's definitely some weenies.
I think as soon as people, especially got them in hand,
Right.
because they really are that good. Like, that's one of those things that pictures and everything, like they're great, but sometimes you have to have that figure in your hand. When you get those in your hand, you're usually going to be pretty happy.
Well, especially when you heft it, and you're like, this thing is
You
substantial.
could break a jaw with a slut.
Yeah. Yeah.
I almost broke a slut's jaw this morning, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey-o.
That's why you were running a little late.
Yeah, it was a little late.
Winning.
Winning.
Well, I'm glad that Tulip went well. Matt seemed happy.
Sure did.
Yeah.
He seemed like Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aloof and
He's
kind of
just
out of it.
he's just kind of always Matt. So I had a confrontation with Rachel, his wife. Super uncomfortable. Yeah. So Matt did not check with her. Let's be honest, she's in charge.
Yeah.
Matt did not check with her as far as people being able to use cards to buy figures. So he was sending them over to the entry booth to pay with their card, like where admission was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I went over to pay for some figures for some friends. And, well, we can't do that. And I was like, well, that's a problem because I've sent like 6 people over here to do it.
Oops.
It was so funny. Confrontation is a dramatic word. It obviously was not a real confrontation, but it was kind of a funny. And I was like, I'm just doing what Matthew told me to. And she's like, well, I'm going to find him. And she took off like a shot. I was like, oh, man.
Good luck, Matt.
Yep.
Mm.
But no, it was full. Good cosplay groups. Like I said, booths were all full. A lot of the usual suspects.
You could play a bunch of
So-
Nintendo if you wanted.
Yep.
I didn't, but that's because I already have. So there were children playing.
Like I'm a professional.
Yeah.
He just sat there and judged them.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's not what I would have done.
Yeah.
Hold down the B button.
Yeah.
You gotta double tap the A.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, fine. Pick the cherry over the banana, you fucking cunt. Idiot.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that catches us up, right?
I would say so.
Sure.
All right. Let's get on to some toy news if we got any.
Oh, we got some toy news.
Not a month's worth, do we?
I just grabbed a few things from the last few weeks. And nothing's even really that great. I guess we should probably say May the 4th be with you.
Oh, that's right.
There's that. Hell, I grabbed 0 Star Wars fucking news, so.
I'll be
Get
honest.
it yourself, fucks.
Yeah. Well, I
There's
don't
some hot
really.
toys,
I don't know
think.
what's out there. Yeah.
There's like a Jar Jar Binks Hot Toys.
This is the new Motu Monster High crossovers.
I will say there's
Can't wait to get my hands on
0
those.
Motu, and I could have got the She-Ra / Barbie crossover thing, but nope, I neglected it. But now I've talked about it, so there we go, right there. Look at that.
We're just gonna look at all the pictures,
Yeah.
viewers,
Yeah,
and
we're,
not share them
yeah.
with you.
We're
We're
not
just
even gonna talk about them.
They're not seeing
know,
the
that's
pictures
the
that we're
point.
putting on, so we're just dead air. That's what you want.
That's where you got to riff, man.
Well, we're riffing.
Hedgehog news. I tune in for butt jokes, not news.
Is this the beginning?
Yes, that's the beginning. So fitting because me and Travis have seen the Thunderbolts. So, I can't say that word right now.
2-pack.
Yeah, 2-pack if you want to get U.S. Agent and Sentry
Pete,
for
have you
$50.
have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
I haven't even seen the new Captain America. I haven't
Why?
finished Daredevil. I'm so far behind.
Why? I wonder why they're doing 2-packs.
I don't know, man, but they are. So yeah, Sentry with his dyed blonde hair and John Walker.
I am gonna guess they're doing 2-packs to make sure that you buy the John
Buy
Walker.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You think it might have something to do with the tariffs?
Well,
Maybe they can do better by having two
Oh,
figures
that-
in one box.
I don't
It's
think
actually-
they could react that quickly. This
That
stuff
would
is
be the
already
thing.
planned.
Oh, I'm sorry for trying to make a conversation on a podcast.
Oh, sorry for answering your stupid question.
I was asking Jeremy, but it's fine.
Looks cool.
Jeremy's just
Yeah,
I don't know why
I like
John,
it.
John Walker's got it. I haven't seen this movie, but he's got to be the standout. I mean,
You know what? I will say, Steve, that as much of a weenus as he was in the other stuff, I thought he was actually really enjoyable in this
That's
movie.
why he was a fun
Still,
character.
still a weenus though.
Still a weenus,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but
That's what makes him fun. Come on, it's like the best character on Dungeons and Dragons cartoon is the Cavalier, the one
I
that's always
hated
whining.
it. I hated
No,
the
he's the
Cavalier.
best
he needed a
one.
kick
Oh
in the
my
dick.
Do you know who feels that way?
Oh.
Weenuses. That's only a weenus roots for a weenus.
But that's who I relate with.
Also, they have the Red Guardian and Yelena 2-pack.
She needs to lose some weight.
What?
She's a chubby little girl. She's trying to be, you know, trying to be.
Wow.
I mean, if you're gonna be a star, and you're gonna be an action star,
She absolutely does not need to lose any weight.
No,
No.
she's one of those people that has like a round-shaped head, so she just looks like she's a fatty.
What pictures are you even looking at?
And who the fuck are either of you to say a
Coming from
goddamn thing about anybody's
I
weight?
didn't finish my sentence. There was a comma, and you guys all fucking took.
We want to get him. We want to get him.
I was gonna be like, but I'm a fatty.
That's like me going, that guy needs a bigger dick.
nope.
It's in our nature to judge others.
That doesn't look like her. That face sculpt is not good.
Okay, that one does.
Yeah,
it.
she's got cheekbones.
I actually think it looks good, but it is not her.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks better.
That's a.
They dressed her
Oh.
up. She looks better there. She's hot there.
What is wrong with you?
The
just
list
telling
is
the
so
truth, dude.
fucking long. We don't
Are
have
we gonna have
time.
another Gina Carano incident where we're trying to all pretend that she's not a chunk?
Oh my God. Where's my fucking sword?
Right? You need to keep that right on you every day.
Apparently, he's a gay weenus. He's a genus.
Jeez. Oh.
What's her name? Florence Pugh?
Wow.
What is it, Florence Pugh?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Pew. I'd say that looks like him.
That does.
I freaking
Oh, Red
love
Guardian.
him. I love the Red
David
Guardian.
Harbour is fucking awesome, and he was great in this role. So
We are not going to spoil anything. Not only for the listeners, but our friends in the room who have not seen it. We're going to try for sure. But I'll tell you, Red Guardian, every time I saw him on screen, I was happy.
yeah,
Every time.
great movie. Good stuff in it. Look at this from Hiya Toys. We have Rocky Exquisite Super Series Apollo Creed. In other words behind that you guys don't care about. He looks pretty damn good. He also comes with all of that. So a little stand for him, a little sort of part of the boxing ring, a couple different heads. If you like 1976, boy, it's back in action figure form.
I don't feel like there's a big crossover between guys that like these types of movies and guys that collect action figures. Like I don't think there's a big crossover there.
I would love a really good Rocky and Apollo.
Look at his
action
face,
figure.
though. Looks just like him.
Face is good. I don't like the shoulders.
No,
I
the
don't like
shoulder,
the joints.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
So I guess the question is, what is good to? Because I mean, there's NECA, there's NECA Rocky, and
I never thought that they looked right.
okay.
He's kind of a chunk.
No, he's not.
He's a little bit too thick for me. I'm gonna order that just so I can fucking make a Chubbs Peterson custom.
Perfect.
Put him in a cardigan and a golf hat. And take his right hand off.
Haulathon's been going on for NECA and Target. Some interesting stuff coming out of the Ninja Turtle world.
It's a great way to say stupid.
This is one of the. I think it was a Tales of the TMNT issue. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, it's Super Turtle.
She's like 4'11". She freaking. It's hard for me to believe she can kick any ass. It was pretty hard for Scarlett Johansson too. I mean, she's taking out these giant friggin' people on friggin' when they invade New York and all this stuff and doing all this stupid shit. It looks ridiculous.
Steve, it's a comic book movie.
Yeah, I know. But they could make it. They could bring it in.
So is this what's really going on? You think she's fat just because you don't like her beating up
she's
men?
fat, but look at her. She's just kind of. Yeah. She's just kind of. To me. That's just me. It's just my opinion.
Steve
finds-
literally Googled the ugliest photo of Florence Pugh.
It's a half-side shot YouTube screenshot of her face.
it's not my. She's just not my thing, you know. I mean,
That's a terrible. I wouldn't use that picture at all.
Seriously, he Googled worst photos.
Picture. Does she look good at that angle?
I mean, not with that.
Another picture?
Yes.
Oh, she does. Huh?
Oh my God! Look at this hideous beast.
Yeah.
She should cosplay as Warrior at Legion's Con.
Steve, the fact that you do not find her attractive, really,
I mean, she's okay for Muskegon, but she's a star. They should be hotter.
wow. If from our 4 watchers right now, if anyone could weigh in on this in the comments, we'd really like to hear your opinions.
It's funny because I was watching TikTok yesterday, and there actually was a thing where this lady was like, I think she's absolutely gorgeous and this and that, but like every time I talk to a guy, they're like, eh.
She ain't got no cans.
But she's got nipples.
Yeah,
Look,
so do
see?
I.
Oh, you probably can't show that, can you? Oh, they're covered.
What the? What in
covered.
the world?
Yeah, she likes to show them off. She doesn't care.
I don't know. She's okay. I don't hate her.
Fucking awesome actress.
It's not her
though.
fault they cast her wrong.
She is a great actress.
think
I liked her in everything I've seen.
Yeah, especially Midsummer. My
oh,
God.
so good.
I liked her in Oppenheimer.
Man.
Anyway, yeah, there's a turtle.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. Yeah, so there's Super Turtle with the domoids. If you're a Mirage fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, then you think this is stupid, Pete. I'm not going to get these, though, so I must think they're a little stupid, too. There's also, I forget what they call this one, but it's, Leo. He's wearing some shit.
Cheetah print boot, Leo.
There you go. Cheetah print boot, Leo. Get him or don't. Nice little background there, though. That's fun. Good for you guys.
The crazy part is these things must be selling to somebody.
Yeah.
Because they keep making them.
So I would get them, but I'm just like running out of room. I mean, I've read these stories.
Yeah, this do touch you.
It's cool, but I don't really I don't need all these fucking variants.
Yeah.
So.
Dusty says Florence Pugh's at 12 in Indiana.
Well, there you go. See, somewhere.
Yeah, in Indiana. She's Indiana pretty.
Joe Vaspolo, and she's fine.
Yep. There you go.
She is.
Lacey Dean, she's a smoke show.
I have to. Okay, I'm being told I need to Google Florence Pugh butt. I'll look at her butt.
Who says this?
Hedgehog. Look
In
into
the
the
meantime,
comments.
here's April as a Ninja Turtle. Get her or don't.
Did you say here's April?
That is April. In the Archie comics, she was turned into.
She got turned into a turtle.
Okay. You can tell it's April because she has fingernails. They didn't give her breastises like they did the.
the female.
Yeah,
turtle.
this was before that though, so I would assume they would just be squanched behind the shell anyway.
I'm looking at her in her bikini here and whatnot. She's very average for above average for around town.
Oh, there
I mean,
you
that's
go.
not. I mean, look at
That's
that.
nice.
Look at. No, you gotta get.
Badoosh.
Okay, that's photoshopped. They put that badonkadonk. Cause look, she don't have a badonk. Look. She don't have a big old butt like that.
I'd probably.
Maybe they
shoot on
photoshopped that.
Yeah.
Made it
Steve.
smaller.
You were out of breath walking down here.
And guess what? I'm not being cast to play Captain America. Am I?
You wouldn't even be cast to play the weenus.
I'm not going to be cast to be anything because I am not to that standard.
We're out of breath going downstairs.
Gravity did all the work for you, and you were out of breath.
I like how the one time he was just so tired, he's like, nah. And just fell down.
It seems like an easier way to get to the bottom.
He didn't trip and fall. He got lightheaded because he didn't have enough oxygen. He passed out. The air's real thin down here in the basement.
There's also a Pee Wee Herman figure. Fucking get it or no, I don't care. I'll probably end up snagging this bitch though. It's pretty cool. I guess they got a documentary coming out about him pretty soon.
Oh. That will probably be wild.
Yeah, I fucking love me some Pee Wee Herman.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Anybody else in the room? Was anybody a Pee Wee fan besides Jeremy?
A Pee Wee fan?
I mean, I've seen the stuff in the
Yeah.
movie and whatnot. But
So I fucking loved Big Adventure. Still holds up to this day. It's fucking, very Tim Burton-y too. So
Yep.
overall, that movie's fucking great. Big Top Pee Wee, you can take or leave it. But Pee Wee's Playhouse, I watch that bitch fucking all the time. And then of course you see him in like the Cheech and Chong movies, and he's fucking doing cocaine and shit. That's pretty funny.
Nostalgic wise, I have nostalgia for Pee Wee because I liked it as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care now.
Looking back on it, it's pretty fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
this dude took the fucking world by storm in his like too tight, too short, fucking gray fucking suit and his fucking
And
yeah,
it
I
was
was gonna
never
say,
sup-
can you intimidate him? Or
yeah.
Oh, gee, Terry.
Maybe I should put my balls away.
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
I mean, it's so stupid.
Every kid
God
walked
damn
around
it.
trying to talk like Pee Wee.
I hated Pee Wee. I absolutely
I
hated
get
Pee
it.
Wee.
But yeah, for whatever reason, I loved him.
The origin of the character was not kid friendly.
No.
Well, I don't think he was either, was he?
Oh, he was real friendly to kids.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He didn't do anything with kids.
No.
Oh, I know. I would.
He cuffed his carrot in a little movie theater. Big deal. We've all done that.
Yeah. I was watching All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I'm not getting caught when I do it.
I know. He just was the unlucky one.
What?
Do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, we got some. I got some toy news right here. Sound on.
Oh.
What is this about? What is this?
Sound up.
Oh, we don't have sound, do we?
Yeah, I don't think the audience can hear it. But that's fine, right?
Well, no, it's not fine.
No.
It's very important.
I think it's probably.
Wait, we can put a mic up to the speaker.
Yeah, I can do it. I'll play. I'll just play. I can play the video.
All right, I think I just saw. If this is what I think it is, folks, you're gonna want to stick around and listen to this when we figure out how to.
We'll continue on this, and then I'll look it up for a second.
Okay.
We're gonna postpone.
We're gonna postpone.
This would be interesting, huh?
I don't know, but what I saw made me excited.
Yeah.
I thought Pee Wee was the end. I'm sorry.
What I saw made me get a little bit upset.
Well, now we got Crab Louie from Mesco.
Crab Louie!
From what? From Mesco. Just one of their things, right?
Yeah, Rumble Society 112th. This guy is fucking cool.
He looks really cool.
He got a big old crab nugget, and yeah, I don't know.
Crab hand, then a hook on the other hand.
Yeah.
Wearing a fisherman's outfit.
We know what he did last summer.
Oh, this should be Steve's outfit for the boat show thing.
This dude's kicking ass.
Yeah, he's pretty tough.
Obviously, you can tell he's not a female. No fat chicks would be able to do that.
Not with that crab package. He's kind of cute in an ugly way, or kind of ugly in a cute way, whatever.
Kind of like Florence Pugh.
That's fucked.
Jesus. I think
Especially when we show the meme later on that.
Pew could describe her snatch and it wouldn't stop most of us. So you can keep talking your shit.
I see that figure being one that down the road is probably hard to get because I mean it looks cool and everything, but I imagine a lot of people probably won't
Jump
order a
on it.
ton. Yeah.
It's definitely like for a niche market,
Yeah.
but he's very, very cool looking. Lots of detail.
Trevor says, "You guys getting crabs?" I don't think anyone here at the table is probably going to get that.
No.
No.
But I am getting Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you're pretty Mezcos are focused, right? You're not just buying every, and you don't even the Rumble Society stuff does nothing for
I
you,
have
right?
none of them.
Yeah.
They were too hard to get
Yeah.
in the beginning. I don't know if they still are, but they were just like, it's too much work.
They'd sell out fast.
Pain in the
and-
butt.
Yeah.
I don't want to have them.
Big Greg says, I'm allergic to shellfish. I'm out.
I for a while there was getting anyone I could get and more, but it was more for the flip aspect, and then even that kind of got to be too much work. And some of the Mezco stuff, it seemed like the price you would do really well on it. You could make some money, and then some of it seemed like I almost had to sell it for cheaper than what I bought it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just depended on what it was, of course.
It's weird. Those guys will, like, they'll put out some shit you ain't never heard of.
Yeah.
And then they'll put out other shit that's, like, super popular.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
good for them.
and it is some of, if not the best 6-inch, representation of a lot of characters. You also have to pay for it, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
They're not cheap. Yeah. Any idea what that crab thing cost?
No.
Nah.
Unless I took a screenshot of it.
Typical Mezco, I'd say 130.
Yeah. And
Ish.
don't get me wrong, I'm sure it comes with a lot
116.
Okay.
a lot of cool stuff, but
I'm sure it does. It's very well done.
He's the sadistic seafaring enforcer of the Decapod gang.
Decapod.
Crab Louie.
Crab Louie.
That's a fun name.
Well, it's
And he comes with pipes. So he can smoke a pipe. While he's hacking you to death.
Oh, Cody is working on this video.
Can they see that?
Not yet.
All right, so we are still working on bringing you a special
Oh,
special part of the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast today.
Curtis is in California.
California.
Why'd he cut his hair?
Are we going to be able to hear it?
I wanted to see him with his hair down, looking all hot.
Through what speakers?
Yeah, couple mythic meetups this weekend. You have California, and then where was Len at? Where was?
So the water weasel from Whitehall, Michigan, has something to say about dangerous Dusty Lee. Well, let me say something to you, Sloppy Steve. Legion's Con 2025 live in New Jersey. Me and you, one-on-one in an event for the ages. My wife is going to kill me live show main event. I'm going to show you what a real alpha looks like, Jack. So tell all 15 of your personalities and both of your fans to come on out and watch Dangerous Dusty Lee dance on the doorstep of destiny, baby. When I slam that meat mitt you call a hand down on that table and I defeat you in front of the world. Look in my eyes, Steve Bukaki. November 8th, I will walk out of that live show and my wife is going to kill me champion, and there ain't nothing you or anyone at Legion's Con can do about it, punk.
Steve Bukaki.
Now, there was no video on here. Yeah. I didn't see it on this.
No way.
Well, I didn't want to stop it because it was
It's so good.
Well, and I can share it to the Facebook page too, so people can see it.
Oh my gosh. And then we could probably even maybe upload just that video on YouTube
Yep.
too.
Yeah, he definitely said Steve Bukaki.
Yeah, he definitely says Steve Bukaki. All 15 of your personalities and both of your fans.
Oh.
So good. I think I've watched that thing 100 times since he sent it to me. So good.
Okay.
So the water weasel from Whitehall, Michigan, has something to say about Dangerous Dusty Lee. Well, let me say something to you, Sloppy Steve. Legion's Con 2025 live in New Jersey. Me and you, one-on-one in an event for the ages. My wife is going to kill me live show main event. I'm going to show you what a real alpha looks like, Jack. So tell all 15 of your personalities and both of your fans to come on out and watch Dangerous Dusty Lee dance on the doorstep of destiny, baby. When I slam that meat mitten you call a hand down on that table and I defeat you in front of the world. Look in my eyes, Steve Bukaki. On November 8th, I will walk out of that live show. My wife is going to kill me champion, and there ain't nothing you or anyone at Legion's Con can do about it, punk.
So good. Oh. So good.
Well, Dusty, it's I'm glad to see you finally came alive. You're kind of showing your true colors here. But I want you to realize that when you grab a hold of that meat mitt, it's not going to feel like 15 personalities. It's going to feel like 15 full-grown men, full of testosterone and alpha juice.
And Steve knows what it's like to take on 15 testosterone-filled alpha men at the same time with his meat mitt.
And get covered in their alpha juice.
That's where he got the nickname Steve Bukaki.
And I'll have you know, you might try to dance, but we are on the 3rd floor, and if you dance, you might come through the damn floor. So you better just tone it down a little bit, all right? Well, your weight restrictions are on. All right?
Oh.
Well done, Dusty Lee. I was dying when he said that to me. Absolutely dying.
Yep. Fucking brilliant. It's on.
It is on.
Now there's no backing down.
Nope.
It is on. Yeah, that's right, Dusty. No backing down now. You stepped into it. We are gonna have a fun time at the live show. It's a little ways off, but you know what? I'm training.
What are we gonna do this year?
Or
What am
not
I
so-
gonna do this year? I guess. Got to figure that out.
Nah, I'm sure you'll figure it out a week before. All right. I think that might be all the news. Did we get all the news? Maybe. Is that it? Oh,
No, we didn't get
there's
all
one
the
more
news.
big thing.
This is pretty cool. Announcing the Tale of the Crossroads figures for Legion's Con 2025.
See you at the crossroads.
I don't know what they say. I just know the tune.
Yeah.
So you won't be lonely.
So look
I
at
miss
this.
my Uncle Charles, y'all. He should be gone in front of his home, and it ain't no do what's wrong. Bull ain't wrong. Gotta hold on. Gotta stay strong. When the day come, better believe on. Gotta show you can lean on. Hey, hey. And
Nailed
we praying. So is this? So is this like Furious 4? Like the two?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
it's-
yeah,
yeah, you
in
gotta
function,
buy-
yeah.
you gotta
but
buy-
it's not like the Furious
Well,
4. The Furious 4 is way cooler.
Right.
than
Way
this.
cooler.
But it's the idea of two figures, accessories. You buy two of the same figure, and you
Yes.
put the accessories. You make two different people.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a bunch of
Yep. There's that hottie.
She's kind of fat.
Yeah, not like hot like Florence Pugh, but
Yeah.
hot.
way hotter than Florence Pugh.
That figure is beautiful.
So what is this? A bunch of dead people?
You know what? I don't fucking know, man. I took the pictures. You guys are the geniuses here. Look at them knockers.
We've got a female 2.0 figure here, or 2.0,
I give her a 2.5. Ayo.
2.02 or 2.01, because this is the new female buck, I'm assuming. That we got with the Bastet and whatever.
Head only available in Legion's Con edition. So
this is just the figure with the. This is showing the exclusive heads. In
Yes.
other words, right?
That's our old head right there. That's
Yep.
that's Queen Urxa. Or Urksu.
It's amazing what pain will do.
And then we also have the Warrior and the Revenant. Also one where you have to buy two of them to make both characters.
Comes with so many parts.
Lots
this,
of parts.
This is
Yeah.
going to be one of those sets that people just absolutely love because of all the things you're going to be able to create.
Several faces.
It's not fair that I go get the head in the leads because I can't get all the way to New Jersey. What are you gonna do for me?
There's that.
Those are freaking rad.
And I'm almost positive that they put some of this stock up online for sale.
Well, they're gonna do just what they did for the Furious 4 and sell them as singles.
I
as
know,
well.
but I think even the 2-pack set there is.
Yeah, if they have leftovers, they put
Yes,
them up.
they have leftovers that they get put up. It might last year might have been that they actually went up through Big Bad Toy Store. I can't remember for sure, but I mean these will be out there. You'll be able to get them, and you'll be able to get them a lot cheaper than actually going to Legion's Con and buying it there.
Yeah, but I don't get paid until 2 days after they drop, and they're gonna all be sold out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm officially avoiding the Cabal now. I got that guy banned. I got that guy banned last week, and it was the best day of my life. And I was like, I'm gonna go out on a fucking high note.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah. So
Well, this is a really cool set. The best way to get it is to go to Legion's Con, and you can also try to get into the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me show and watch me destroy Dusty.
yeah, and then all you got to do is send us a PM, say you want to go, and then I'm gonna go through your search history on the Cabal, and if you're a fucking asshole, I'm gonna say fuck you.
Boom.
So
Papa Pete has spoken.
I hope you have some more details about this person you got kicked out of the Cabal.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
think
like
I
some fun.
screenshot
We
it.
got some toy. Can we just like go into toy drama?
That's
We
where we're going
certainly
next, right?
We certainly can if we're ready for it. I'll tell you that set right there. I feel like that's going to be a big time seller.
It's a winner.
Oh yeah,
It might be the coolest set besides ours.
exactly. the story they wrote up for it. When I say they, probably Jeremy. Is pretty cool as well. So it'll be a fun little adventure. And that's not it. There's more to come. Legion's Con is the place to be. That's for sure. Dusty, why should I pay $130 online for figures people bought for $100 at the show? Yeah.
Cody Dominic sent me a picture, and I'm sending it to you. It was a suggestion in our comments. There you go.
Travis is looking at his prospect.
Yep.
It was a good night.
Old Kyle.
Actually, I'll start while you guys are looking. You still look at Pete. I could start with some drama.
Yeah, start with some drama.
Cody, if you want to go to mine, we'll rip through these memes real quick. Not that one though, because that was my bad, but I did fix it. We'll bust through a couple memes here. I'm sorry, it has been a month of memes.
Lots of memes.
Yeah, since we've all been together. So I just grabbed a few. And I hate to say it's a few that I thought were safe. I don't like when Cody chastises me for inappropriate stuff on YouTube, so we're going to try to be good here.
Yeah.
Well, you give me photos with dicks in them.
It's just porn, Cody.
Yeah,
it's just porn. Doing missionary with Mia Khalif because the genie misrepresented the wish.
Or misinterpreted.
Misinterpreted the wish.
Oh, you're a missionary instead of going missionary. Okay. Yeah.
Dang it. Genies are always screwing me over. What do we got here, Jeremy?
Why, that looks like my head. On top of a hot turkey. It says twerky, 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 showing that booty. And it's on one of our lovely Swedes shirts.
And that's why his figure is not selling.
With Justin shaking his booty in the background.
Yep.
Thank you, Francisco. Whew. Who would love to do an Old Man Kyle impersonation?
That's all Jeremy, isn't it?
Is it?
It's either Jeremy or Steve. I think
Kyle.
whichever one you two feels most comfortable doing it. I feel like this is one to be read. We're sitting in the lobby at Kane County Toy Show, and it's a picture of Kyle, deep in thought with my poor son. Who's got this?
If I can read it. He gets my King Randor treatment. See, in my day, you had to bleed for chase. Is that chases and variants? Toys R Us saw more bloodshed than the Roman Colosseum. That's because back then, you were labeled a pussy. If you purchase anything online. Hell, if you use Pile of Loot, people wouldn't respect you. I once knocked out a guy, his son, and his next door neighbor at a Kmart for Power of the Force Luke.
Sounds like Jane from
His wife so wanted to fuck me afterwards. I did get my ass beat by a 9-year-old one time over a Kenner Predator figure. That little motherfucker was built like a 14-year-old. Besides, that's like a $20 figure now. So who truly won that one? Poor Kane.
These are some of my favorite times of watching Kyle. I have some very good pictures of Kyle in these just long ass conversations with people. And the other person just has this look on their face like, help me.
I stopped listening 8 minutes ago.
And it's always with his hands too. He'll be like,
I can't tell you how many times I've rolled up to a party and he's out in the driveway going through toys in somebody's trunk.
so old.
So
all right. I fucking giggled. I giggled when I saw this one.
So my kid works
Drama.
at a fucking at the cinema, and they've all been like, so she comes up to me the other day and goes, Dad, you know how like sometimes you say I look like Florence Pugh? She's got like that round head and the freaking blonde hair and whatever. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, well, everybody at work thinks so too. Now, this wasn't what the people at work made. This was a Francisco number here. But they definitely did something similar with the actual poster and put her head on it. But with this one, oh boy, I think we all made it in there. And I might like Pete's the best.
Pizza's really good.
So it's a poster of
Who am I?
Thunderbolts.
You're Bucky.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
Bucky.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Oh, I love how Heidi has got a knife going for Steve.
She doesn't. She's got a gun.
Oh,
That
And
knife
a
is
knife
you.
going
hold-
for
oh
Steve.
that's my knife. Oh,
That's your
darn
knife.
it. Yeah. Guess I'm calling Steve.
Honestly, she'd just bite you to draw blood anyways.
Looks like she's trying to in the picture.
Because realistically, when that got brought up earlier, I was like, "You're all wrong." Yes, she can do it both physically and mentally, and she will.
Very
It's only
true.
a matter of time. The only thing not true about that story is you actually punching her in the face. So
That is
everything
true.
else is going to happen.
Wait till you see what I shouldn't even tell you guys this. I'm so dumb. I bought her this trimming tool for her, a DeWalt like trimming tool for cutting branches.
You're asking for it.
Yeah, Lori and Dave bought Amanda a fucking mini chainsaw for her birthday.
and Amanda told me it was her favorite present.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, by the way, she's on your healthcare plan now, you motherfucker."
I can just see Amanda out there. Oh. Yeah, I should have known better because I could hear the thing out in the woods making that noise, and I was like, I yelled to her like, "Oh, I just realized what you're doing." And she goes,
Daryl, no power tools. It's my toothbrush. That's not your toothbrush.
and she goes, just imagine waking up to that sound.
Yeah. She's painting the picture for you, man. Talk about drawing blood. Yeah.
So stupid.
Lorena Bobbitt.
Cody, put it up. I just sent you something.
I'm no bird expert.
Oh.
And that's her with the chainsaw. That look you get when you get the chainsaw for your birthday that your husband said you couldn't have.
Show the next one.
What a beautiful picture of her too.
That's why I'm showing this one, because she'd be mad. Yeah. She was so excited about that goddamn chainsaw. She's been asking for 2 years, and I'm like, no.
And there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Oh.
What's super funny is I actually have some photos saved in my phone from a chainsaw accident that I'm going to send Lori and be like, "Look what you did!" So,
Thanks a lot.
yep.
I think I had just one or two more there, Cody, that'll go right into toy drama for us. I think I want to say Clint did that one. I love that, Steve. That's one of my
That is a
favorites,
pretty
Steve.
funny Steve.
That's one of my favorites.
Steamo.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Checking out the weather patterns. They kind of look like hoo-hoos.
It's like he knows me.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Right now we're into toy drama.
Uh-oh.
Here. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't write Mystic Legends.
And this was in the Cabal, and just gotta get to the actual post.
The artist formerly known as Justice Curry.
Mhm. So Justin posted in the Cabal, Mythic Legions Con 2025 exclusive Legendary Barbarian, $109 PM for interest. Payment plans available.
Because he is the fucking check and go cashing place of the toy world.
Save all the dirty scalper comments for someone else's post.
Ah!
Yes, I know that if you're patient and wait to the end of the year, you could probably get it cheaper. This is the same up and down scenario for all exclusive toys. You pay the I got to have it now tax.
So this is his first post ever in the Cabal, right?
Yes.
He comes in there just
Coming
fucking
up.
dick swinging.
Yeah,
Coming
but at
up
least
as a really nice
But
guy.
at least he didn't lead anybody to believe he was decent. He just came right out of the gate.
You know what?
Nope, I don't have my mask on. I want you to know.
I can kind of respect it almost.
I don't want them to see my videos about being a reformed alcoholic and an amazing Christian and father who leaves his kids in random toy booths so he can go scalp. I want everybody to know who I really am right now.
It's almost more respectful. Respectable,
Yeah.
I think.
Almost.
The action is more respectable,
Yeah.
not the person, but yes, the action.
So the weird thing about this one was,
Everyone was like, I agree. Sounds great, Justin, formerly known as Justice.
Where did he get it at? Kalamazoo?
no, Kane.
Oh, he got it at Kane.
Yeah. Yep.
Did he come on Saturday and pay the extra money?
Of course.
No, he didn't. I guarantee you he didn't.
Well, I don't know if he paid the extra money.
I guarantee he didn't pay
or
the
he
extra
snuck
money.
in somehow.
Yeah.
But
He walked in next to somebody carrying a box or
Oh.
bumped into a friend and
I-
was one of
I have
their
no
team
idea.
people. And there's no way he spent $50 to get in early.
Yeah, I have no idea about that. As you can imagine, there was a lot of people's comments are deleted in this one
Aw.
because a rule in the cabal is
No price shaming.
No price shaming. Yes.
No matter how shameful the OP is in every aspect of his life, you can't price shame him.
Can you show the next picture, please? This was in the thread.
Yeah. It's cool, but I'm not going to buy it. So good. Who made that?
It is Tom Clayton.
Tom Clayton. So good.
Yeah.
It's cool, but I'm not going to buy it.
Just love
Get it or don't. I don't care.
Yeah. Get it or don't. Fuck it.
And, you know, a lot of people, of course, are like, hey, it's really not a bad price, blah, blah, blah. Then there's, of course, the other people, like, you know, and of course, I'm like, Justin, like, and then the next time I see this post, it's edited, and all the shitty part about, don't give me crap, blah, blah, blah.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It just says 109, you know. But guess what? I screenshotted it before that.
Yeah.
That was the only other drama I had, too. The one that I did, basically the guy said, can we finally talk about how nobody will admit the horseman, this, that, or whatever, because it's more important. And I basically asked him, I said, everybody's ready to have the talk. Are you ready to hear the answers?
Yes.
And I got a few private messages, which always makes me happy, especially like from Dorklayer, because I just think the world of that guy,
Yeah.
you know, and
That was a good post. You had
right.
a lot of good points.
there was
in
a
that.
lot of good points in that
Yep.
one, and then all of a sudden they disappeared, so I messaged Curtis. I said, you rotten motherfucker. And he's like, whoa, hold on, man. So I banned that motherfucker. So that means all of his comments go, and then every reply to his comments go, and I was like, okay, you're back in my good graces, Curtis. And then I had a nice conversation. But
Dominic sent me another one. Apparently they're memeing as the show goes along, so.
live meme.
So. There you go. Got Steve, his shirt says, I'm not a gorilla, but I can beat off 100 men.
Steve Bukaki.
Man.
Yeah, who do you think would win in that, Steve?
What do you mean?
That makes me think of Tommy Boy. No, it was some really fat guy with a tiny head.
Oh, the 100 men versus a gorilla thing?
Yeah, it's like a viral thing going around.
Yeah.
My favorite comment out of all of them was Andre Kelman. It's like 100 men versus a gorilla in New York City. That's 200 Tims. That gorilla's going down.
I don't know.
For those of you that aren't streetwise, a Tim is short for Timberland. Those are the boots that his homies wear to kick the shit out of you. Available at Walmart.
I don't know.
This is what everyone's struggling with right now.
The problem is how does it go down, right? Because
I think it's fisticuffs, man.
No. What I'm saying is it a movie 100-on-1 or is it a real life 100-on-1? Because in the movies, everybody gets in line and takes their turn. When you're like, hey, dumb shits, everybody attack them all at once. 100 guys on top of a gorilla, I think would probably best them just in sheer force.
When
You
you,
know what I mean?
read up, though, on how strong gorillas are and what they can do, I mean, you know those memes where it's like, I want to beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker?
Yeah.
I feel like they would grab two motherfuckers
would
and just fucking spin.
All of a sudden, he would weaponize men.
He's just spinning around like a
that's what I
tornado.
would want to see. I would be on the gorilla's side.
Yeah, you want the gorilla to win. Unless I was in the 100 men.
It looks. It would be like Iron Man versus the Hulkbuster. You know what I mean? Tearing off limbs.
100 people can't get their hands on the gorilla at once, right?
Yeah, it's true. It'd be
Even
hard.
if they're in a circle around them, they're taking on what, 10 guys at once?
I don't know. Can you? With a name like Steve Bukaki.
I can only fit 10 guys around.
In my experiences, you can't get it with arms reach of more than 12 at a time. Last weekend, I went for the baker's dozen and failed.
He's trying to answer it like normal, like actually.
Okay, so obviously we're not taking this seriously.
I'm sorry. I would like to hear your serious response about 100 men versus one gorilla.
You're the
I
expert.
started it, and I don't want to finish it.
The physics. I'd like to know the physics.
Steve Bukaki.
If they got to the eyes,
Steve Blue Balls
if they
is
could
more
blind
like
the
it
gorilla,
then.
maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. But I think just punching a gorilla would like hurt your hand. I mean, like, you punch that thing in the face, you know, a hard bone, and then they bite you, and they spit your freaking fist out and hit somebody else in the face with it. Boom!
Yeah,
That ain't good.
I think that gorilla would fucking win.
I'd be rooting for the gorilla. Like I said, I want to see somebody's arm get torn off and other guys just get beat to shit
I think
with
it's the equivalent of a grown man with like 100 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, I can beat the fuck out of some 5-year-olds.
You never heard that before?
Somebody stop me from saying
I heard
it.
it. Yeah.
I don't think Steve Bukaki should be talking about taking on.
I don't think Steve Bukaki should talk about beating off 100. Oh, I'm gonna end up giggle shitting here in a second.
Just wait, Dustin.
Oh. Yeah.
What are we looking at here? A gorilla
We got-
charging at zoo barrier, breaking glass. Okay.
Mm.
Oh,
God,
fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck all that noise.
That kid just shit.
Yeah. I just shit. This was fucking 10 years ago, damn near. Yeah, I wouldn't be saving Pauline. Donkey Kong can have her.
Oh, shoot. Oh.
All right, moving on.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think that is it for me.
I think we're out of memes.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, man.
So we have some questions we got to field, right?
We do have some questions. I think only 40.
And only 37 of them are from Maverick.
Exactly. I was reading Mavericks. I could answer them. Just yes, no, no. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Holy shit. Yeah. We've been trying for years. He keeps coming back. We don't know what his name is.
He's kind of like herpes.
He's definitely not Pete McCarthy today.
Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. Ah, shoot. Should we start with Maverick or?
Yeah. Fire him off.
Are you all going to Burning Foot this year?
No.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Yep.
Stupid.
Don't want to burn
It's
my
too
feet.
social.
Our
You guys should
memes.
come.
What's that?
You guys should go.
Hey, shouldn't they come?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not that much fun.
Which one?
What?
Ouch.
How come? Yeah, how come?
Too many people.
I
Too much
understand that, but
sand.
we kind of sit in our.
I can't do that. I have had zero chunkage in almost 2 weeks. It's
Oh.
just colored water.
You
It's,
should not do that then.
It just I
Yes.
can't.
You should not do
I've
that.
been good.
Yeah. Nice.
Hence,
Yeah.
my toot.
Steve, what's your thing? Too many people too, or?
Too many people. I don't like crowds. I don't like buying things. I don't like spending money. I can
The
just be
band
home.
suck.
I'm not a big fan of men or women or kids.
Are memes Mexico's biggest export now?
Yes.
Yes, and they're tariff free because they come through the tunnels
I thought it was fun.
or in the back of people's vans.
Is Cornboy gonna give you guys a makeup handy for missing Kane County?
I hope so.
Wouldn't say no. If I shine a flashlight on Pete's head, can I see it from space?
That's rude.
My bald spot? Is that what he's referring to?
Mm-hmm. That's what he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, maybe try harder, man.
That's rude.
Two bald spots.
You're a
Got one
robot.
front, one
Come up
back.
with something better.
There's only one bald spot because this is just bigger forehead now because it's all connected. This is.
I thought you still had a strip.
No, I think it's completely gone now, isn't it? It's all
No,
connected.
it looks like
now.
you still have an island.
I've got an island, but this is all connected to my forehead.
You
Don't
should
you
just
have one
grow
back
out
here?
the island.
Well, this wouldn't be a bald spot. This would be a hair spot. This is a bald spot.
Okay.
You can
So-
take that and then plant it back here.
and I'd look like Matt Rodriguez. Awesome. Excellent.
Exactly.
Does Jeremy ever get handed $1 by a stranger because he looks like he's homeless?
He
Only
trimmed
when
his beard.
Only when Van is out there.
That's true.
My beard has been trimmed for 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's right, because you shaved it all down for
my job
into a
interview.
goatee. Yeah, that's right.
Will Steve ever get a tattoo on his wrist that says 2 wristbands to ride this ride?
No, they
That's a
just
good
see
idea.
him. They know.
I like that one.
If I do it, he will.
You can just tell him.
If I were to call Travis a donut muncher, would he think I was calling him a cop, someone who likes to eat ass, or both?
All of the above.
No, because he doesn't like donuts.
Yeah, not really much of a donut guy.
Trav's not a sweets guy, really.
No.
You're not a sweets guy at all.
No.
Which was weird because you were really fat for a long time. I was never sure how you got there not eating sweets.
Well, he's just
Mountain Dew and Pepsi. Is Cody still creaming his pants about his Tesla?
Yep.
Yeah,
Have you gotten laid driving it yet?
Yep.
Nice.
there you go.
Have LegionsCon spending plans changed due to how bipolar the economy is right now?
No, I just won't buy shit like I did last year.
No, I'm saving up for Glios.
Right.
I forgot to tell you guys that too. Your Glios guy was at.
I know. I was talking.
Yeah.
Glios guys. There was a series of guys. God Beast
really?
was there. Brandon Barker was there. Gabriel Bragan was there. Yeah.
I asked Barker. Is it what he said?
He's the
Barker.
white guy with the neck tattoo.
Yep. I asked him. I go, hey, has it seemed like there's been a little increased interest? And he's like, dude, it's absolutely crazy.
Because I'm fucking amazing.
Yep, absolutely crazy.
Let's call it what it is, man.
Will you guys do anything for 10 years of My Waves is Gonna Kill Me? Or are you dropping the ball on that like you dropped your kids?
You already know the answer to that.
Why would you ask?
I never dropped any of my kids.
Why would you ask?
My kid fell off the bed on her own.
I dropped my wife when she was carrying my kids.
Will White dropped a friend of mine.
Did Cody ever get the malware out of his phone after I stole it for 10 minutes?
Guess not.
That's weird.
You think the big...
Well, hold on. Let's take a step back. Have we been on the show together where, like, I talked about like shitting the fucking bed on Jeremy and I's LegionsCon room, and it being sold out, and us not having a room for LegionsCon?
No.
That was scary.
Yeah.
We have my fault.
I messaged
Okay.
Pete and I said, "Hey, I'm seeing some people are having like difficulties. Like,
And I responded with, "No, they're not selling out. They're sold out, Jeremy."
I went, uh-oh. Because he was like, I'm just going to grab us through and we don't have to worry about Nate this year. And I was like, oh, cool. Hey, are you seeing that there may not be some rooms?
Full on fucking panic mode, dude. So you know what I did? I fucking called the hotel direct. And I told them I was talent and I really needed a room because I was performing at the venue Saturday night.
All true.
All true.
All true.
Inflated, but all true. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have a deluxe suite.
Yeah.
Now Thursday night we're sharing a king bed, but with a rollaway. But for the other nights we're in a deluxe suite. So
Which was only like, what, $10 more?
yeah,
So I think they
$10
might
more
have-
per night,
There's probably just a microwave in there.
which is good because now we can have hot pockets. So
The party's in your room.
other than your asshole. So, but yeah, dude, I fucking I like panicked to the point of where like I was on the phone with Gerard. Like, you got to put me on the horseman list, man.
I'll tell you, it wouldn't stop me from going if I had to do one of the overflow.
Oh, but it fucking changed the game.
It would so change the game. It would so change the game. You know. Yeah. So I'm glad you guys got in. Are more people downsizing collections? How far do you think we are into the hobby dying, or are we in transition period where people want indie toys instead of your retail giants?
I think we're constantly changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the retail giants, the only reason they're not making money is they're not making figs that people want.
Yeah.
They're not making much at all. I mean, go down the aisles. There's not much I want anymore. No.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. You know what? Honestly, I bet in the last 2 years there's been one figure that I've bought off a shelf in a regular store, and it was that Power Rangers, the Sphinx bad guy, because it was on clearance. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. And I snatched it up. But other than that, I have not bought a toy off of like a Meijer, Walmart,
Right.
type
Yep.
of shelf. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
See, Target's always got the NECA turtles and some of the horror stuff. So NECA,
Yeah.
and then like some of the He-Man things I want. So yeah, they still get my shit, but
Yeah.
Big Bad Toy Store's been my bitch. So
I haven't seen people
or I'm
doing.
its bitch.
I haven't seen people like doing big sell off their collections. At least in our our friend group.
Swapping out some pieces. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
You're shifting,
yeah,
moving.
where I
yeah.
was just buying everything before, now I'm like, well, I need space for the cool shit. So those, some of that junk man shit's got to go.
Minus buying the dragon, of course, because that's a huge singular expense. If you take the dragon out of the mix, I have spent more on Goliaths since November than I have probably in the 2 years previous to that total.
Oh yeah, you got the bug.
Even longer than that if you take out like the previous Legions Con where I went bonkers on customs.
Yep.
Thoughts on Ryan Gosling's Star Wars movie coming out?
I had no idea he was having one.
Could be cool.
As long as there's no women in it.
Fighter pilot or something like that?
Yeah,
or-
it'd be nice to have a guy in a movie again. I'm sure he'll be overshadowed by a woman who tells him how to do everything.
Oh, your
Now
life,
it doesn't.
your life must be so hard, dude.
I'm always
Dude,
like,
man. And he wonders why he has to take a nap every day at 4:30. You know how hard it is to be a ginormous weenus? It's tiring.
If Disney was doing that to you, you'd want to take a nap too. When you bring in the party bus to Legion's Con?
That'll never fly because all my friends are lame. Some of them are like, oh, I got a triple bunk with Matt Rodriguez to save money, and some people are like, I'm bringing my wife and kids and my mom and the dog, and so.
Will Pete ever fix his parody? We are a dumpster fire.
There wasn't anything wrong with it. It doesn't need to be fixed. It just needs to be done where I can record it and I'm
properly
not-
performed.
Right.
Or rehearsed and not done on the fly when you know.
And also not be half hammered.
Yeah.
Might help.
Because lyrically it's brilliant, and fuck you, Maverick.
Is Potu gonna do a live reaction video for
I can't squeeze through there, I'll shit.
the Motu movie since the theater will be empty?
Oh, that's rough. I think there will be at least 12 people in that theater. No, we won't do a live one because we're going to be watching the damn thing.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely do a recap.
17 if you count you and Steve and his 15 personalities.
If you guys heard that, more power to you.
Are you Four Horsemen sluts, or are you really just corn boy sluts?
No, we're horsemen sluts,
I
I'd
like 'em.
say.
I like them all.
Yeah, I would definitely say horsemen sluts. Matter of fact, there's not a single person.
Are we still on Maverick stuff?
We still are.
Yeah.
Jesus, we shouldn't allow this.
It's true.
There isn't a single person at that studio that I don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
I imagine there's a few of them don't want to talk to me, but
Yeah.
why are you still reading the questions? Good question.
Good point.
Okay. Pete tricked us, got us all excited. He said, "We're not back. They're back. I will not be there."
Yeah. Could have had a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Could have had a great one.
Mark Hausio said, "With possible tariffs on international lube, will Travis still send his lube?"
Well, thankfully, we got that into Michigan before
Yep.
the tariffs came into effect for Muskegon.
He got a whole bunch from when Diddy got busted.
Van says he now makes his own. This went a little sideways, as you could imagine.
Yeah.
Will White said, "How come y'all never talk about Bigfoot?" Like, wow.
He's the ninja of the woods, man.
Because does that truck still drive?
Dusty said, "How much do you love me?"
Oh, especially after today.
After
I mean,
today,
through
holy
the roof,
shit.
baby.
He sent me something yesterday that made me really happy too. So like, Dusty's just a good dude.
And Steve Bukkaki's definitely gonna stick around.
Oh,
That's
I can't wait for Steve Bukkake to become a personality.
heavy emphasis on the cum.
Yeah. Oh, Dusty, I fucking love you, man.
You're
All right,
to
come on.
change your
Let's
name.
let's just
Yes.
right now.
Get rid of Bushad.
We're not gonna say Steve Bukaki.
I don't know. Can't really change it now.
This kind of sticks.
Yeah, like Bukkake.
It's a little immature, don't you think?
Wieners and butts. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. By the way, Heidi wants you to take home your dirty flower pillow.
Drawing my dirty flower pillow.
I think she just wants it out of our garage.
She also wants Pete to take his speakers.
She wants to take a speaker.
Yeah, she like set him out by the road.
Big sticker on it says free.
Oh, shit. Okay. Nate Strong getting in here with some good ones. What's your favorite adult beverage? Not by brand, but more like in the hot tub cocktail. On a boat beer. So we'll do this. In the hot tub, what are you going to drink?
Water. Gotta stay hydrated.
With me and alcohol, I really will drink just about anything.
Yeah.
But I guess if today I was to do it, I'd be like, I probably want an Oberon or 7.
Mm-hmm. My kind of thing would be if the hot tub is in the morning, a nice screwdriver. The rest of the day, I would probably say something kind of fruity with vodka in
I
it.
think you're becoming an alcoholic.
Becoming.
Speaking of coming, Steve Bukkake.
Yeah.
Come on, seriously, let's not.
Okay, yeah. Cody, how about you? In the hot tub, what do you want to drink?
Yeah, I would say same thing, like something mixed up.
Yeah.
Some sort of fruity mix or something like that. I'm envisioning like a nice summer day in the hot tub or night or whatever. I
Yep.
don't know.
I agree with that.
But normally I would just probably say beer.
On a boat beer. What kind of beer are you?
Well, I'm probably gonna go back and so my go-to is Miller Lite because I can slam like 20 of them sluts. But I'm my brain's on an Oberon kick. I haven't had one this year yet, but so probably I'm gonna go back to Oberon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Steven?
I like myself a good Long Island.
Ooh.
That's definitely a beer.
Oh, did you say? I thought it was a drink. I thought it was adult beverage.
I know, but this one is. He said. He said a
Boat
boat
beer.
beer. Boat beer.
Oh, well, bolt beer. I don't like beer that much. I really. I mean, I'll drink beer, but
Definitely an alpha.
yeah, I go for the hard shit.
Water.
You guys. Well, I don't like drinking in the hot tub. I'm already hot.
So hot.
Beer or whiskey or alcohol makes you hotter. Makes me get warm.
Cody, what's your boat beer?
Probably like Modelo or something.
Yeah.
Modelo. Must be popular. Modelo. It's popular now with the kids, so we're all doing it.
His first answer was water. Yeah. His next one was I don't like beer. Cody says.
There's water in like one of those like
Modelo.
Viking horns.
Ski lodge wine. I will not drink wine.
Wine?
Chocolate wine. I like chocolate wine.
There's chocolate
You can tell
wine?
Yeah.
Fuck.
This
You're-
is Nate Strong. You can tell this comes from a wealthy guy. What kind of wine? And I I do mean spit. You know, you just
As long as it's not that dry shit, I don't like the dry wine. You know what? I don't know if Moscato's considered wine at all, but let's have that. I'm gonna call it wine.
Is that Pete going to the bathroom?
Is that coming out of his butt?
Well, that's not. Yeah, it's really worth it to be thin.
Wow.
That's how he stays thin, folks.
He's definitely sitting.
Wow. It's like he's got a wiener coming out of his butt.
Probably is worth it.
Oh.
Maybe he does.
His butt wiener comes out and just pees.
His butt wiener. He has a butt wiener. I love it.
A butt wiener.
Pete, I gotta pee out of my butt wiener.
Hey, butt wiener!
Butt wiener's here.
Did you guys get my snap?
Oh yeah, we got it.
Just butt wiener it up.
Yep, dude, you were butt wienering it.
And they got worse. I should have left the fucking camera on. Wow. You are such a fancy bitch. The nicest bath towels I have are not as thick and soft as your toilet paper.
But they still wiped his butt pretty good, his butt wiener.
It sounded like you needed that. So
Dusty says that's the sound a water weasel makes.
Was I lying about the chunkage though? I wasn't pulling any punches, man.
That was. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that one.
Wow.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
No, not these ones especially.
oh, wow. Okay.
Brutal.
2
weeks has been like that.
Your favorite adult beverage, Legion's Con lobby shots. What kind of shot are you doing in the lobby at Legion's Con?
Oh, statistically, it's been that fucking tequila rose, but goodness, anything really. Like whatever they're passing around, it kept me from getting the COVID last time.
Yeah. Yep, bourbon.
So, yeah. Whatever it is that keeps me from getting sick, I am down.
Yeah.
Straight whiskey, straight bourbon, something like that.
Yeah.
There's also an element of looks there. You know, you drinking that, you don't look like a pussy.
True. Yep. Definitely.
But what if when you drink it, you go,
And then you look like a pussy.
I'm still a whiskey guy. I got a whiskey Scotch guy, blended bourbons. I like all that stuff. I don't know how to drink anymore.
oh, you get just hammered.
Oh,
huh?
dude, I got fucking. I don't maybe. And if I said this already, it's been such a long time since we've been here. I got hammered at a euchre tournament on 4 Angry Orchards.
Oh wow.
Fucking sideways.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the night before MesquiCon, we talked about that.
Yeah, I remember you like going to me being like, I gotta stop.
I'm like, I'm not doing this last shot because I don't want to die.
Yeah.
But I got
this guy.
so for the annual banquet for work, the guys got me a bottle of Johnny Walker Green, which I've never had before, which is really good because it's just a step up of what I normally drink, or a couple steps up actually from what I normally drink, and that was very good. But I'm still my Johnny Walker Red on the rocks double guy, so I don't shoot that stuff, that sipping stuff, but I'll shoot pretty much anything as long as it's not Fireball anymore, because I'm 40. You know what I mean? Like
They got an apple fireball now, and I really want to try it.
How could you not?
I know.
Cody, what's your shot? What shot are you doing in the lobby at Legion's Con this year?
Just anything. I guess.
Are you coming this year?
Well, whiskey.
Come on, Cody.
I don't know. Maybe.
Come on.
You really should.
Didn't you say it's booked up?
We'll take care of you.
Yeah,
We'll take the roll away from our first room and we'll sneak it into our second room. They'll never even know.
Nope.
And then his last one was during Doggy Bourbon. During Doggy Bourbon, which has a different meaning for all of us compared to Steve. But during Doggy Bourbon.
So, like, what bourbon am I doing during doggy?
Yeah, I think that's probably what that means.
And you let Travis read the question. That's not what he was asking for. he didn't ask for your favorite shot in all of these scenarios. He was asking what's your favorite way to drink, and he didn't mean what you were drinking, but are you a guy that's, I love to have a beer on a boat. That's my favorite. I love to do bourbon while doggy. That's my favorite. So he's breaking them down individually. And what drink do you do specifically in this moment, which is not what Nate Strong asked. But
You know, the way Pete just described it sounds a lot more like the way it is worded.
You know what? But we learned something about each other today.
Moving on. Francisco. Okay. I've got to tell you, Francisco has a list here, but just reading his list made me laugh. Okay. If Maverick was a pleasure model robot instead of a nerd one, and he came with the extra suction power vacuum add-on, would you hit it?
Can I just buy the add-on?
So he's not a nerd. One, he doesn't look like Maverick. He's hot. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, does he still look like
no.
Maverick?
No,
However you want to imagine him,
He
Steven.
looks like Maverick, only wearing one of Steven's sunglasses. That's what makes him cool. Or wearing one of Steven's jean jackets.
I think he still looks the same, but he no longer is computing toy numbers.
He's got like a maid outfit like that fucking robot Rosie from fucking Jetsons.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, I think I'm out too.
You wouldn't at least try it?
If his butt's got a suction thing, sure.
If they can make a pleasure robot out of Maverick, they can make a better one. They can make one that
Seems like I'd take that over a Florence Pugh one. But
Suction power vacuum. Number 2, if current economical bullshit makes modern toy collecting too expensive, would you go back to collecting vintage, or is this the end of the hobby?
Well, vintage is expensive, bro.
you know,
I don't know if that's helping.
no, I'll never go back probably to collecting vintage, except I have a weird desire to go back and collect all of the battle beasts now.
Oh shit!
Oh, goddamn, dude.
Oh, Glios inspire that one, did it?
Big
see
time.
that.
Yeah.
Big time.
Luckily, I got a good start on some battle beasts. So
Well, and Curtis had a bunch for sale, and he was like, "Yeah, one rub." And so I called him. And he's like, "Hey, man, what's up?" I said, "Nothing. I got a question about Battle Beast rubs. What the fuck does that mean? What, original rub?" And then he explained to me. I didn't realize they had a rub thing on them that revealed whether they were wood or water or fire
water,
or whatever.
wood, yeah.
It was a fun toy.
So do you have to get 3 of each to be collect?
Oh, God.
Do you have to have like
You got to have that one in fire, that one
Water-
in...
yeah, water, wind, and fire? Is it wind?
Earth, wind, and fire, I
Earth,
believe.
wind, and... No, it's water because there's a water.
Even Trav got
Fire,
that. It's fire, water, and wood.
and wood.
Wood.
Dude, that would be a pricey... But then again, you're paying $30 for Glios right now, so...
I would say, yeah, fucking battle beasts are, and especially if you want their weapons.
Oh,
holy
yeah.
fuck, their
I would
weapons
just-
are expensive.
I would
as
just
shit.
get reprinted weapons.
I won't. I mean, I'll never be a completionist. But for instance, I got the purple Battle Beast tribute Glios, and I'm like, I kind of want that original one just for the shelf. You know what I
that'd
mean?
be cool. Yep.
So
Super cool.
That'd be easy to go back to vintage for me. So
yeah,
I
you're
wouldn't mind.
You never left.
Right.
I would say no on vintage for me, but my Thanks UPS guy might say something a little different.
yeah, this thing here.
Yep. New hobby because no more toys. What would it be?
Probably guitar stuff, musical equipment, or because video games are toys, right?
Yeah,
So no.
but it's got to be a new.
It's got to
hobby.
be a hobby that you don't currently do now.
That I don't.
Yeah.
Pocket pussies.
Also made in China, so that could have the same problem.
Pocket pussy.
What would you do as a hobby, Trav?
Butt dicks.
Man. Probably go on more walks.
I'd collect walks.
I would get one of those fancy pedometers. See how many? I'd collect steps.
How is he so weird but then boring? He's boring and like
I don't know. Like, because if I wanted a new hobby, I would have it right now. Like, I can't think of something that I'm like, oh, I really want to do.
Would you be a pontoon guy? Would you get a boat?
No.
Because you're
too much money.
You're a weekend warrior. You know what I mean? Like your weekends are filled with toy stuff. If all of a sudden you have every weekend available, either stay here, get bit to death by Heidi, or do something. You know what I mean?
I'd probably shoot for orgies.
Collecting orgies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah! No.
Gay orgies.
Well, luckily, in regards to the other question, all my hymens are vintage, too. So.
You know what? I think I would become a whiskey connoisseur.
A fancy way to say drunk. And again, a new hobby.
Damn!
You guys tried meth.
No, you can't.
You know what? I think I would consider doing dios. I think I would consider that. I have all the stuff.
But who would what? Okay.
I mean, I know it's still, you could say, well, it's a toy thing, but I'm not.
Would you ever go back to playing video games?
I can't see that. I'm really getting where I am enjoying doing more stuff outside.
That's where I am.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got my bike out, like I ride my bike again. Like I'm digging that.
Yeah, and it's beautiful right now too. Like it's finally starting to become super nice. Yeah.
I don't think we can show this one, but
Cody, what's your new hobby? What do you want?
Yeah, butt wiener.
Plants.
Yeah, I like it, Cody. It's very rewarding. You got anything, Pete? Did you say something?
You know, one thing that I would like to do that I don't do, I'd love to shoot sporting clay pigeons again. I really enjoyed that. The problem with that is it's limited if you don't just do it at the house. Like to go to a gun club, it's only open 2 days a week. I really like some of the things from my past. I really miss paintball. I would love to play paintball again.
Hey, so we're doing it. Let's do it.
I'm in.
Yep.
We can do a fucking My Wife's Gonna Kill Me game, man.
Mm-hmm. Kane just went yesterday up to Colors. And
Colors is still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
It sounds like it's only woods ball left.
I can't run or bend over, so
you'll get shot. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll just hurt.
I'll use you as a human shield.
Well, he said that. He goes, Daddy, it would be fun if you got some of your friends. And I had a few friends. I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll make that happen.
I played laser tag about 10 years ago or so, and I was so fucking out of breath after 2 minutes.
Dude,
I
wasn't running. I was shuffling quick.
That doesn't hurt. Like paintball is your brain gets into this like I'm fucked.
Yeah, you fucking get hit. Sometimes you get pissed.
Yeah.
You motherfucker!
Yeah.
Ow!
I said out.
You realize that's it. And you're like, you gotta calm down.
Right. I played laser tag over spring break, and I just fucking made kids cry. I was full on fucking Adam Sandler and Billy Madison. Oh, now you're all in big trouble. And I was on the wrong side, just shooting all these motherfuckers in the back. Oh god, it was so good.
He goes out to the leaderboard.
I did.
Big Papa Pete.
They can give you names, but you get a little bracelet that says champion or whatever when you win.
He had 6 of them because he just ripped them off some other kids.
I did.
Steve, what's yours gonna be, bud?
Backpacking.
Same as Travis's.
No, he said walking.
Yeah. You want to go backpacking?
I want to go camping.
Well, he's like, I'm gonna go rucksacking with my military bag.
Walk to a spot.
Through the woods and pick up a spot and put up a tent. Go get some wood
and then jack off on a tree.
Maybe.
Oh.
But it's funny because I kind of hear. I mean, obviously, with the exception of Jeremy, all of us are kind of like getting outside, getting active, doing more than you know what I mean. It's kind of funny that we all kind of picked that vein.
You and your wife decide on a free pass, but it is ethnicity based, and you choose the ethnicity. What is it? Both of you are going to swing, but it is with people of another race, not white. Question is for trying to bring us together during these trying times.
Okay.
That's easy. Asian. It's so easy.
So I have to choose it for both me and her?
Yeah.
Is it the, it's the same?
I mean, you
at
can
all?
really just choose yourself. You
I
know,
don't
I
want
mean,
to choose one from her. She's not doing it.
no, it says it all.
No, it's only for us.
Uh,
I don't know. Probably go the brown route, man. Get me some Latinx, right? I think.
yeah. Latin, Hispanic, is that the same thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably go that route too,
Yeah.
for sure. Cody?
Pete hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I love them all. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, yeah. I'm not opposed.
But Salma Hayek has always just had a special place for me.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
She's at the top.
Yeah.
She
Steven,
is damn near the top for me.
even at, you know,
What was the question? I was reading a call. Sorry.
your what race are you choosing for your
Oh,
hall
the race
pass?
one. We're still there. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's Asian. It's
Yep.
because
Yeah.
she's smoking hot. I'm gonna be a big titted Asian, and then I'm not. Nobody's gonna fuck my wife up. All Asians have tiny dicks. So,
oh, okay. If I get to choose for both of us, then Asian. Because finally, I'll have a big wiener.
Steven?
I'm not choosing for my wife is not involved.
Yep, just for you. You're the only one that gets to have fun.
I mean, if black,
Okay.
you know, I hope I can come back. I mean, just for Courtney's sake.
You hope you can come back.
Just for Courtney's sake, I hope I get, you know, because they say you never go back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to really. I don't want to end a good thing.
22 years of it? What was it? What was your anniversary?
22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Sinners? And if not, why in the F didn't you?
No, my kid's seen it like 2-3 times though.
I'm-
Says it's awesome.
I'm definitely going to go see it, I think, this week, hopefully. And I know.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah. I was told action horror. And I like the actors in it, so I've just been hearing good things.
That's the Michael B. Jordan one, right?
Yep.
I've heard it's 2 steps above fantastic. And it's the same director as something else they were talking about. I should have been more prepared to make that statement. I apologize.
That's fine.
Did you get the maximum Spider-Man and Hulk? Who would you like to see get the maximum treatment next? No, none of us did.
I don't even know what that means.
New Marvel Legend. New Marvel Legend.
They're
And
more expensive. Supposed to be like a premium, like version,
figure,
right?
yes. Yep. Supposed to be like the top of the Hasbro line.
What's it called?
Maximum Spider-Man and Hulk. You have shown pictures. I'm pretty sure we saw the Hulk pictures.
okay.
So is it a 2-pack or?
No, it's a single pack, or I think $35 each or something
Yeah,
like
we
that.
talked about that.
Yep.
I would,
Yeah.
I would consider a cap maybe if it was cool, but probably won't.
Yeah, Cap probably would be a cool one for sure. Yeah, I don't. Like I've said, you know, I'll look for them,
Okay.
and I love Hulk, so I mean it definitely works. It's got a couple different heads. You can kind of create whichever Hulk you really
Dumb
love.
haircut though.
That one does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, where do you have time to do your hair?
Is it supposed to look like the wind's blowing it back?
I want his hair to look all messy. There you go.
Ah, yeah.
There you go.
Hulky.
This next one's gonna need a quick one, so we're gonna need the witty people in the room. Since
Fuck.
H. Eric Mays is already cornered by what vegetable-themed nicknames would you give the rest of the Four Horsemen, including Gerard?
Jimmy's carrot boy.
Carrot boy.
Because his hair, you know. Gotta
I got you. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I can see it.
I'd say Carrot Man.
Carrot Man.
Carrot man.
Tread away.
Try to turn up guy.
Chris Gayrich is Cucumber Dude.
Cucumber dude.
Mr. Gerard.
Onion.
Yeah, I was gonna say onion. I don't know why.
Because he has layers.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Vasapolo is a potato. Ironically enough, the only one I'll eat. Yeah, you heard me, Joe. I'm kidding. I eat corn too, but I don't eat any of the other ones. You know what? Gaspar, I would say asparagus because I bet his pee stinks. But I don't know.
What do you mean you don't
You
know?
ever look at a guy and be like, I bet his pee stinks.
I thought it'd be because it's like asparagus.
Gasparagus. There you go. That's funnier. Except for the, you know.
Will we ever see a 2.0 episode again? I know 2.0 is the reason you guys aren't on plastic crack tubes talking about fuzzy nut sacks. but Ben Talmadge has been punished enough.
Those gentlemen are welcome to come on our show anytime.
Yeah, they're always welcome. The people that live close or are in the vicinity are always welcome.
Oh shit, Gasparagus.
That's what Steven said 10 seconds ago.
Jade Russo put that on there. I missed it from him.
It's funnier from Jade.
Yeah. Who?
Well done, Jade.
I'd like to meet that guy.
Jade, the biggest letdown of our Patreon experience.
Big Greg would be one of those like award-winning pumpkins.
Either that or a zucchini. I just feel like he's so tall and long that.
Well, yeah, and you know what? His last name actually might be pronounced as zucchini. Nobody really knows.
I know. I have no idea.
Greg Zucchini.
That's why he's become Big Greg. I got no idea.
Well, what was all of you diabetic fucks' blood sugar level this morning?
Hey, do you think Diego would be like
I
Mexican
stopped
street
checking
corn?
A year ago.
Huh?
What?
I said, do you think Diego would be Mexican street corn?
Oh, Mexican.
Because I think he's Hispanic.
How about Sherry?
Maybe, you know what? Maybe Sherry's the onion because you take off a layer and it makes you want to cry.
Oh, that's deep. Okay.
Wait.
You guys realize that was a compliment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
I just felt dirty thinking that way.
It depends on if women like to be sexualized. Whether it's
What kind of vegetable would Cam be? What kind of vegetables got a kick-ass mustache?
I only know like 4 vegetables.
Yeah.
So I'm,
Aren't there beet?
A beet.
Last but not least, I'm sure the guys will love being followed up by this.
I think we forgot Mancuso.
Oh.
Or there you go. There's just pictures of vegetables. Celery. Broccoli.
If
Mancuso could be broccoli with these guys with kind of bushy hair.
Yeah.
If I thought, I thought of one more. If you have a small penis, which you have all mentioned that you do, and you pick up a girl and take her home with you, do you warn her about it or do you surprise her?
No, I make her feel regret.
You slap it against yourself to get it at least a little chubbed and be like, "That's how it is normally." Yeah. And by the time it's in, they can't say no.
I think the law would disagree.
No, I mean she agreed to it. You dirty bastards!
Wow.
By the time it's in, she can't say
Well,
no.
it's already in. She can't be like, "No, it's too small. Pull it out." It's like, I'm already
she
done.
can,
I'm
but it would be
already
rude.
done. Well, and I'd already be done anyway.
She'd be feeling.
That's all it took.
Yeah, one pump chump. Ask Laura.
Speaking of Jade, who really let us down. We thought Jade was the cute girl in the picture, and nope, it's just Jade. Would you rather give
fucking heartbreaker?
Would you rather give the first 99% of a BJ or the last 1%?
Wait, say what? Say what? Say it one more time.
That's very
What?
easy.
I gotta answer
this might be one of my favorite questions
Okay,
of all time.
okay.
Would you rather give the first 99% of a BJ or the last 1%?
Okay, we got to analyze this.
I don't need to.
Oh, it's simple. The first 99.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I know how I would like one, so I feel that I could deliver a suckage like no other. I don't want the happy ending. I don't need that flavor.
How about you, Steve Bakaki?
So, when's the last time you got a blowjob, Trav? How long did you get your job blowed?
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to figure out if you end up with both in the first 99%.
No, I'm trying to ascertain whether or not I'm sucking a dick for 20 minutes, or if I'm just going, "Oh, that's gross."
Depends on how good you are.
I don't think that's accurate.
I don't think
that's accurate.
No, there's too many variables.
There's a lot of variables.
Depending on how long it's been for the guy that's receiving.
Okay, that's true.
There's a lot of things that are.
But I feel like if you
My wife's good enough at it, I think she might have taken a class.
Patriot
She might have a
episode, by the
degree
way.
in it.
If you aren't good at it, I assume it's going to probably take longer. So
I would assume that way, yes, but don't just assume that if somebody's really good at it, it'll be a shorter period.
Does the dude have a beard?
I think it'd be more likely.
That makes a difference.
That it would go. If I you tangled in the nuts or something.
No,
or?
if I'm trying to close my eyes and pretend it's not a dude,
Oh,
the beard's gonna be bring you back to
Yeah.
reality.
Why?
real
Because
quick.
you're reaching up and grabbing this, or
What?
If I'm receiving,
you're?
In what situation are you receiving?
yeah, you're giving.
Hey, Steven, would you rather receive 99% of a
saying-
blowjob or receive 1% of a
I'm saying
blowjob?
if I was giving and I wanted to make it quick, I would shave because I think that would help speed things up.
Beep boop, you are so wrong. I'm not the reason we'll be canceled.
The quick answer is 99.
He's volunteering to be the test subject.
I'm not.
You
I'm
can do it on me,
No.
guys.
He's put thought into it.
I'm
He's like,
putting
I would,
myself
I
in-
would shave. I would put on a nice.
All right, we're
lotion.
gonna have to do time studies.
Yes.
Each of us has to do it 3 times.
Have this over quick.
Oh.
I'm gonna do the best.
Stacy Lynn says last 1%. Yeah. I guess if you're like used to that splash, he probably doesn't. So if only you got to just take the ending, right? Goodness. Where have we? What
Well,
have we done?
It could be 5 minutes of doing it, and the 1% is a quick. I mean,
yeah, just
quick,
like a
right?
like center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah.
Eruption.
Jonathan Hughes said, "How many fingers?"
Like how many will I accept into my body? Or
I love it. You just
Is that the way? Is that the way your mind goes?
You just
I
spilled
mean,
it
I'm
right
trying to put my brain into his.
I thought fingers was how much alcohol you wanted in the glass.
I thought it was talking about bowling. 2 and a thumb.
I have 8 and 2 thumbs.
So what was the number, Jerry?
Jeremy's like,
This many.
Jeremy's like, 4 fingers, and I'd like to give 100% of the blowjob, please.
How little
This
information?
is how many I'm putting in his bootay. I don't.
How little information can you give Jeremy, and he'll just
Just
fill it in
anything.
the rest?
I got ideas.
Goes right
Does
there.
Kyle really act like a bouncer and watch people's purses in a bar?
Oh, Scott Wells is back out doing shows. We are glad to hear that, buddy. I hope you did it. You had a good one.
He says, didn't he say he's going to be listening to us live?
Oh, I think he did say that.
He's losing customers.
Yep.
John Caulfield said, translated to, since we asked for questions, we can't be arse preparing for the show. Give us questions so we don't have to. Nico said, do you ship international?
Not anymore.
And Dusty said, what was the most enticing toy you saw at Kane County?
This piece of shit.
Well, that is the hard part. I think I would say I might have seen more enticing, but I actually pulled the trigger on that one.
Why? It's got to be a nostalgia factor for
It
you.
is nostalgia. That's what it is. Yep, for sure. So my cousins had that, and I got to play with it when I would go to their house.
Do you have Kanye cousins or regular cousins?
Regular. And so if I ever saw him, I felt like I might pull the trigger, and then the fact that Carl Miller set up there with Rudy, and Carl was like, yeah, I'll give you a deal on it. And
Is Rudy selling again?
Yep.
Really?
Yep, but
I
not.
kind of thought he was out of the game.
Yeah, he's not like big time, like going to a bunch of shows or anything. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe this was a Carl drug him along kind of thing, but yeah, so I pulled the trigger on that boy. Shogun Warrior, I want to say like I think Dragul or something name wise like that. I actually don't know much information about it. I just knew that.
Good price.
Well, Carl sold it to me for $100, and I had 3 people ask me to buy it within the next 5 minutes. One of them offered 2
Why didn't you sell it?
because Carl was right around the corner.
That makes sense.
No one creeps like Gaston. Go to sleep, to Gaston.
Yep. Yeah. What about you, Steve?
What's the question?
What was the most intriguing thing you saw there, or enticing thing you saw at Kane?
Yeah. I think it would have been Carl Miller's booth. There was a couple things I really wanted. I've always wanted a whale, G.I. Joe whale box, and he had one with a whale in it. And I've always wanted the Dragonfly box, and he had one of those too. Both of which I didn't have any money to spend on until I sold some stuff, and those were sold before I got money to buy it. So,
Carl's booth was a perfect example of what people are there to shop for on the first day. Carl, I think, made $1,500 in like 8 minutes.
Jesus.
You know, like people just running. I mean, he had 3 of these, and they were gone immediately, including the Godzilla. I mean, stuff just kind of flew off his table. You're gonna find cool stuff there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would have been looking for some Pac-Man stuff for sure.
you found it.
Good thing I have friends that were looking out for me.
I never shopped a single booth.
I understand.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the one thing that kind of stinks now, but it also helped me from spending a bunch of money.
Yeah, it'll do it too.
Yeah. So now I want to get right into thanks UPS guy.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I just talked about my big purchase. I also got a really cool Dio set from Alan, Black Forge Labs. I think it might be easier if I just send a picture to you right now, Cody, for it, rather than pull it out and set it all up. But it's just a really cool set that he definitely didn't have to do, but he did, and I really appreciate it. And it was made a cool display piece for setting up the Legendary Barbarian on.
Did you ask Heidi that question about the blowjob?
I did not.
I asked Amanda.
I did not. Oh, you know what? Actually, yes, I did.
And she said, huh? She said, depends on the mood. If I'm super horny and not tired, I'll do anything. If I'm tired and thinking too much, 1%. And then she went, starfish.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, here we go. We got it up now. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Alan, he's Black Forge Labs. He's not quite in the Chicago area, but he's not far away.
Nice dude. Had a lot of fun with him. He hung out in the lobby with us. And
He's just a great dude, and he prints and does dios, and I would say most of his business is probably printing, but he had a couple dio pieces that were really cool. He had a like floral arrangement thing for Ganesha, and it just looked beautiful. Like literally, he came over and said, "Hey, can I borrow Ganesha?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and took it, put it right on the on thing, and immediately sold one of them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it just looks so good. Yeah, he's a great dude, and I really appreciate him. Yeah, and the pillars are obviously you can put them wherever you want them, and it's super cool. And that was it for me.
Neat.
Yeah. Wanna go, Jeremy?
I got a lot.
Good.
So if
Good.
you guys are
Let's do it.
ready to marathon this shit,
I mean, it's been a while.
I got like a month and a half.
I was
worth
gonna
of
say
shit here.
you missing that. You having that sick day.
So I'll start with this. I got this from Tulip City. Oh, it's about all I can. Oh, yeah, if I can. There we go.
Oh yeah.
I got this Masters of the Universe TV tray, or as everybody I showed pictures to, they said this is my weed tray, but I buy pre-rolls, you fucks. So yeah, pretty cool. I had never seen this one. I love the little fire motif going around the edge, and it's in pretty damn good shape for being a 40-year-old thingy. So
Who was selling it? You remember? Or?
I remember his face, but I don't remember his name.
But just had a booth at a.
And I had to fucking beg him to buy it. Laura and I were like, oh,
I went
go
back
back
a couple
and get
times. I
it.
kept looking. I don't know.
It's only money. You'll make more tomorrow till you get shit canned again.
How much?
Yeah,
How much was it?
Probably about 40.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was a little pricey.
That's cool.
but super rare.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Did you get the Miss Pac-Man thing too?
I did.
Nice.
Coming up.
I love
I
that.
have a plethora of things today.
Dude, that's super neat.
So next on my list, well, let's just bring it out now. Ta-da!
What is this?
This is a little handheld Miss Pac-Man game.
Okay.
It'll never play.
I'll have you know, I've already played it.
Is it
Look
fun?
at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
You just pull it out of the package here.
Is it like real graphics?
It's like real graphics, Steven.
Is it like real the real game, or is it like a different later version? I like Miss Pac-Man.
It's actually like a Polaroid
It's
camera or
way
something.
Miss Pac-Man's so much better than.
It actually is.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man, I get it. She's
The
fun.
real
She's
Pac-Man.
cute. She swallows. Van Wilder.
It's supposed to start if you probably hit the start
Playing,
button.
isn't it?
No. Oh, you got to put in a credit.
Oh, where'd you get this?
Rock it
Tulip
out.
City.
Rocket where?
Tulip City, baby.
Is this hard to get?
No, so it's only like $25, $30, somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
You can still get them. I had the Pac-Man one for years, but now I have the Miss Pac-Man one.
Nice.
Man,
Can't you just play that game probably on your cell phone?
Oh, easily. Yeah,
No.
there's maybe
That's
not Miss Pac-Man, but I know there is a Pac-Man. But yeah, you can pretty much get these games fucking anywhere if
Yeah.
you want. But well, we lost Steve to Miss Pac-Man.
Steve's
But
gone.
that's fine.
Steve's gone.
That's fine. I'm just showing that off. Moving on, because I have a whole shit ton of shit. I've been looking for this guy for a minute, and I finally found a good price on him, sort of. The RoboCop Alex J. Murphy figure. It does have some extra stuff inside, but screw that, because I'm just going to show you the figure. Oh, fuck, he's getting shot up.
He's getting his shit kicked out of him. Oh.
He's fucking...
Whoa. Whoa, he is jacked up.
Clarence Boddicker fucked him up. He's going to be RoboCop soon. Probably one of the most brutal figures I've ever seen, man.
I'd almost consider it just because of that.
You can have it to where he's got his full arm, except for the hand exploding, which is pretty sweet.
Oh,
But this
wow.
is like his final moments right here. When he's just getting...
Eradicated.
Yeah. All shot through his fucking bulletproof vest, and
Yeah.
his arm gets blown off, and...
What a dumbass. Red
What a-
Foreman took him out.
What a dummy. So, yeah. Good old Alex Murphy.
Yeah.
Dude, I want this. Where do I get it?
If you had gone to Tulip City, you could have
Yeah,
got
why
one.
didn't you go to
Why,
Tulip
was
City?
there more of them?
Yeah, there was one more.
Well, what is this? What am I looking for? My Arcade.
Yeah, it's called My Arcade.
I'll get this on eBay.
Yeah. I'm sure you can. It's readily available. We're going to jump around. Also, a NECA figure. This is the new April O'Neil figure.
Yeah, $36.99 on Amazon, and you can have it by 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So,
Holy shit.
This is
Comic version?
sort of.
Okay.
So there's controversy, of course, as there always is.
wait, what 70s porn star is this?
Yeah. So in the comics, around issue 4 or so, April O'Neil
Gets a perm.
who had straight hair, got a perm, and she was still very clearly a very Caucasian or Caucasian-esque person.
She was?
Um,
I thought she was black.
but later on in the series, they had guest artists, and even though it was black and white, you could tell her complexion was a little darker, although her hair looked completely... She did not look like this. So she was drawn by different artists, all this stuff. So people are saying, oh, in the original comics, she was a darker complected person, this and that. I mean, kinda, but not in this art form. So when she was drawn like this, she was not. Regardless, this is how they've made her. She's a little bit darker. There you go. April O'Neil version 2 for people who don't have version 1. Like Alex Murphy's. No, not a dark April.
I'm not buying this toy!
She does. She looks just like the art, though. So
She looks great.
yeah. So I cannot complain. She did come with. Where is he? With one of the little.
makes sense how some movie theater.
Jesus.
These guys have totally checked out.
I was trying to find something to send to Cody.
Gave me a Miss Pac-Man. I can't resist.
Also comes with this little Utram guy. I don't remember the story he was in, but you know, one of the
He was
little
fishing.
Krang looking dudes. He does come with like a pipe and just like various other things, different arms and stuff. So they put in some.
I love his disguise.
Some more, yeah. You can't tell that he's a walking little brain guy at all with that hat. So yeah, they came together. So very cool. That's one of the haul-a-thon things. So she's very brand new right now. Also.
Oh, yes.
Whoa, Tony the Tiger. That's pretty
Yep.
good looking.
Is he not even looking?
I am too.
He's like, oh, I
glanced up. I glanced up.
Oh, Jeremy got his first tiger. Now he's going to start convincing straight guys that they're gay.
That's my hope.
Singing.
I saw a tiger. This will go cool with my cereal mascots that I've been picking up. Of course, it was the monster cereals first. He does have more things. He's got like the box of cereal in there. He's got the fingers. You can put the ball on there, his basketball, and he's got a bowl of Frosted Flakes, and so it's pretty cool.
And I saw the Count Chocula and the blueberry ones. I went to Lang's on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That place is pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, I got
There
something
we
from
go.
there yesterday.
So cool.
So yeah, the new Langs out in Muskegon here, they have emptied their warehouses into one old Bed Bath and Beyond.
Beyond, and it's awesome.
I still got to go.
Pretty
I
cool.
was there. It was
Lots of stuff.
It's friggin'
And
big.
More. Yesterday they had the NECA black and white turtle 4-pack still in the box. I'm like, I walked by and went, oh, that's a pricey bitch, and they just giggled because they know they're gonna try to sell that bitch for $1,000. So
That was one of the items in the Rick Kendall score. That set, yeah,
it's a good set.
Mm-hmm.
Laura bought that bitch for me like right after it came out. In my head, I remember her buying it for $20. I know that's not true.
Yeah,
but I know she didn't drop $200 on it.
right.
So it was cheap. That's all I know.
Maybe 75 or something like
maybe,
that. Yeah.
if that, you know. I'm gonna keep going here, guys.
Keep going, Jeremy. I'm
Keep going. I haven't beat the game yet. So I said is what I said. Is that
oh man, I'm getting my ass beat now.
if those sectars get down to $5 a piece,
I'm pulling the trigger on
I'm
him.
pulling the trigger, and guess what? They are $5 a piece, and I did it. There's Lord
Did it.
Dargon,
I'm
or
gonna have
Prince
to play with
Dargon.
one.
I'm sorry, not Lord. That guy.
Mm-hmm.
Got two versions of him. So there's one that's silvery.
Oh, those are both him?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
One is silvery and one is his normalish bluish. And then
Wait, what the fuck are these?
Sectars.
Okay.
Ones that drove the
yeah,
drove
they
the giant
sell.
moths.
So like it's the redone versions of them, but they look just like the old ones.
Exactly.
But we're Sectars 3 3/4.
Nope, these were
They were
just,
about that size.
Yeah,
There
they're
was
about
a-
this size.
There was a Kickstarter release of them that were in there, so.
Yes.
No, I always thought the vintage were smaller.
Oh, they're big old bitches.
No shit. This is the one that Boonch was obsessed with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then this was an unreleased figure.
At least I
back,
think so. He's never said anything to me about it. You know.
from back in the day. Apparently, this was an unreleased, so they actually released it.
Butcher's
as well.
not much of a talker.
No, not at all, right? By the way, look at that. Look at that Sectar Butte. Yeah. So.
All right, my game's over. I have to. I gotta play now. So the original toy looked like this, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was silver.
No, the original was the blue.
Oh.
It was just sort of had like an iridescent type.
Where do I recognize the silver from? Then?
Well, there were other figures. I'm not sure if there was.
Yeah, I don't know if they did that version or not. I'm really not that well versed on them. I just know
He
that
waited
I
for
had
them to
like
be $5 before he bought them. So.
Yeah, I waited till they were $5, but I do have some of the vintage ones.
I love
love
the moths, dude. The
well, yeah,
things
like
they
the big
rode.
puppets. And,
Yeah, those were cool.
Those were fucking cool, and I still would like to eventually get one of those puppets because I had like the spidery looking one.
As a kid, that was pretty fun. Put that on your hand and fly around.
Yeah, especially because the wings were like battery operated.
Yeah, and you could grab figures with their pinchers.
Yeah, and you could punch your brother in the face. Which is
grab a
probably
titty.
why he does meth now.
It's your fault.
You did it. You did it to him.
I
You did it to him.
Also, in that same pile of shit was they had the Great Garloo. This was like a 70s thing or something.
Yeah.
Didn't Gavin do something with the Great Garloo?
Yes, I believe so. These were originally, I think, $10 each, but they were down to $1 a piece.
That is why they failed.
So they looked neat. I just picked them up because they were $1.
Where'd you pick
At
those
that
up at?
price,
These were all Walmart.
Can I see one of those?
Yep, clearance.
That's real close to Glyos.
It is. Yes, it's close to Glyos. Not posable.
It's
They
the
were how much?
statue.
Yeah, not posable. These were $1.
Oh, $1. They're close to Gaius. Next to $40 Gaius.
I suppose. He hucked him. Let's keep. Okay, Rick Jones, based on Kevin's girlfriend who was half black. That's only kind of true, sir. In his mind, it was based on her, but they were originally going to make her Asian, and they just didn't. So, there's actually a really good article that explains all of that stuff. So, anyway, continuing on. So I got some Glyos. I got this little dude the other day, this little Frogger
Sold out.
looking feller.
Missed him.
Is he sold out?
Yep.
He did come with this other face that I
That
put
a
on his back, which
bat
looks
head?
like a plunderling, sort of. But yeah, bat head. Pretty cool. Then I also got, and I changed them up so they didn't look like He-Man and Skeletor, but they were He-Man and Skeletor. Pete snagged me up some figures. Boom. Hang on, there's another one.
That does look a little He-Man-ish.
Especially this one. That's I didn't put the skull on it though. But boom. Ah.
Yeah, I see what they did there.
Oh, they're a
Very
straight
nice.
homage.
Yep. There were some other pieces. I got a whole bunch of like extra pieces in here and stuff. But yeah, come with extra stuff for like so you can make them like battle armory and all that type of things. And it came with extra swords and I believe I have more Glyos on the way. That'll probably won't be next week, because next week is Mother's Day. So following that,
Rank.
what does it stink in here?
In here?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh,
What do you have on order? What do you got coming?
what did I pick up just the other day? A glow in the dark. One of the ones is one of the glow in the dark ones from the sale this weekend. The one
Oh,
you
the
said
one
you
that
tried
went
to get
live?
the Uzarian ones.
Oh, yeah.
There was something a little bit farther down. And he was a glow in
The
the dark.
Xenomorph one? The Xeno
Just had
color glow in
tons
the
of
dark?
different
Yeah.
heads and all that type of shit. So
What I ended up doing is I ended up getting 2 of those, and then I got 2 of the Xenoglow bodies that are everything but a head.
okay.
So I could use those spirits, so I could make a 4-pack. I did the same thing with I got 4 of the stone ones
Yeah.
to use the different. So
And then I got a pretty good deal on a lot from
yeah,
Jeremiah something or other. Forget his last name, but
Was he a bullfrog?
yes, you are right, Rick Jones. That's the story he tells now, but that's not the one he told before. And Peter Laird would disagree with him. So yeah, it's time's a crazy bitch. But also there you go. There's a mecha turtle thingy Koopa from Mario. You always need a couple of those in your collection. It doesn't stop here, folks. Also got this from Tulip City. It's a He-Man eraser.
I like it.
And he's strong. And he knocks them all over.
How many of those do you have?
I have a few of these. I have a He-Man, but he has no arm and no sword. So this is pretty good shape.
Upgrade.
Yep. I think I have an Orko and a Merman and stuff. I could have got a bunch from the artist formerly known as Justice Curry, but I didn't have money at the time. So, goodness, keep going. Let's go. Look, cartoon collection He-Man.
Ooh, you finally got one.
I did. This was at Lang's, and he was only a couple bucks more than normal price. So I felt pretty good about that, since he's kind of hard to get right now, at least at a decent price. So
Really? Is he sold out at Big Bad?
yes.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to play catch up, and I'm like, fuck. There's so many of them that are hard
Hey,
to get.
I
I'd
just
play
want to go
Mustard.
back. I want to go back to Christopher Kelly. I can't remember when he said it, but he said, "Hey, there's gonna be certain toys. If you want it,
Get it?
you better get it."
Yeah.
Like last night when I jumped in and I had the both Uzarians in my cart at 9:06, and then I was like, oh, I went back into the sales stuff and I started adding stuff to my cart, and at 9:17 when I checked out, they were gone, and I missed out on both of them. It's bullshit.
Also, cartoon collection. We showed these off on. We talked about them on PO2, but here's Mantena with the cool thrusty eyes. Very cartoony. Love them. They look great. I love these figures. Keep them coming. Also, Turtles of Grayskull Rat Lore. He's Steve and I the other day made his head extremely long. There we go. Get his jaw open. It's like he's puking his own head up. So that's pretty fun. This is one of my favorites of the Turtles of Grayskull. It's just stupid and goofy colored and fun. So.
I'm glad they found it a stupid one.
Well, this is one that I consider a little stupid. I love it though.
Hey, as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
It's called a thorax. We all know that means thorax. Oh. What else? Oh, yes. This last thing, turd nugget.
Holy crap.
Mattel Creations been throwing out the Origins figures. They are no longer in stores, so they're putting them up online.
Storagens?
Storagens. No more Storagens. So we have Hurricane Hordak and...
Nice.
What?
I love that Jeremy's got a job again.
It wouldn't matter if I did or not. I go broke for these. No. He's most notable for coming with this like sketch head. Pretty neat. See guys who are looking? It's a little blurry.
Was it? So this was a sketch that...
Yeah, like an original concept idea.
Yep,
This
gotcha.
was a head that... And for some reason they threw it in with old Hurricane Hordak, so...
Nice.
There you go.
I like it.
And Tulip City also gave me this keychain of a Triforce, 3D printed stuff.
When you say Triforce.
Zelda.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Never played it. I know. You guys all love it.
And then the last thing, this is also a Tulip City thing, is I got this Masters of the Universe Panini sticker book.
That's some nice art.
Yes, it is. And apparently it has no stickers inside. So it was either, the way I looked at it was like, I either want it completely blank inside or I want it completely full. And he said it's completely blank. Honestly, I haven't opened it, so he could have been lying to me.
So you put stickers in it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right
used to
to
buy
your
sticker
face.
packs.
Yeah. And that would go in those. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Cool.
So,
I had a Ninja Turtles one, the movie.
oh, this is weird how he packaged it. That doesn't make any sense. He went sideways. So we're going to find out together if I got ripped off, and we need to find this guy. Get Matt Rod on the line.
You
He's
did
no
get ripped
place.
off. How much did you pay?
Oh, it was $10. Not bad. I can actually taste these stickers right now. Yeah, pretty blank inside. So
Man, I remember having one of these. I don't think it was He-Man. I can't remember what it was, but I remember having one.
Probably porn stars your parents gave you.
not much I could show off because there's no
Possible.
stickers in there. But
Cool
yeah.
though.
Yeah, this was it was a good find.
Are you gonna put the stickers in it?
If I had them,
There you go.
yeah. If anybody
be
has the whole
hilarious.
set
The
of stickers,
The stickers came separately, right?
yes.
Yeah, you buy them in like the checkout.
Were they
lane.
random?
Yeah.
So like you get
You had
dupes
to collect
and stuff
them, and
yes.
Yep. That keeps happening.
That's fun. I mean, it's stupid because it's He-Man, but it's fun.
And that, my friends, is all of my stuff from like the last year. So,
Thank you, Jeremy.
very welcome. Thanks for letting me show it off.
So the stories in here are cartoon or Filmation episodes. Diamond Ray disappearance. That's kind of interesting. I mean, the art is
Agreed.
not, but the stickers are probably straight from the cartoon, I would assume.
Oh yeah, it looks like they did their own art, huh?
Yeah.
That's fun. Good for them. I hope somebody got paid.
What do you got, Peter?
Well, I just have my pocket Glyos because I didn't come from home.
Yeah.
So this is just one that I got. I have another lunchbox full that barely closes of new stuff. But yeah, so just him today. So one of my favorites, Geodraxis Sculpt. That is a clear with some glitter in it. Because I was just feeling a little froggy. I wanted to get a little glittery last night.
I like glitter.
So
Nice.
yeah, and I just got 19 more pictures from Gabriel Berregan of all the different variations of that one that I don't have. And I'm like, I just texted him and said, I'm going to need to start a fucking OnlyFans, Gabe. So, yeah. It's fun.
Cool.
Very fun.
I'm glad you're still enjoying it.
What about this picture you sent me?
Go ahead and pop it up. So, this is something I'm trying to buy. This is done. This is a Magma Dwarf by Mark Calvo, who we all know is stupid fucking talented. The base was created and printed by him as well, to kind of go along with it. And he posted it. I reached out. I was like sixth in line. But I did ask him if he would commission one because it's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, and I need it. So, fingers crossed that I said, dude, even if it's Legion's Con, he's like, yeah, man. He goes, we'll see what I can do. And I'm like, even if it's Legion's Con 26, I don't care. I got to have one of these, Mark.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, I mean, can you imagine that on my fucking desk in my office?
No,
I mean,
it's
it's too
beautiful.
perfect.
It is beautiful.
It's just amazing.
I got one that's
So-
got similar color schemes that
that
Steve did.
The
Yep.
elf.
Yep. That is beautiful though, and I love what he did with the like flames on it.
Yeah, and the flames on the knife,
Yeah.
and then the skin tone being like the actual black magma.
It's beautiful.
He just crushed it.
It
So
is beautiful.
so maybe I don't ever get one, but at least all four of you watching were like, damn, Mark Calvo's got skills if you didn't already know. So
Looks great.
yep.
Love it.
I hope you get it, buddy.
Me too.
Steven?
I didn't ask how much though.
Oh.
So-
So first off,
I
I
gotta
did,
imagine it's a pricey figure.
I talked earlier about how I had got that Dio piece from Alan. They didn't bring it, but I do have a picture of it, and that probably works better anyways. So this cross thing he had, it's 3D. I think it's 3D printed. He did put a little bit of paint on it, maybe a little dry brushing to knock out some of the details on it. But I just thought it was really cool, especially for my God's Fire theme of these warrior monk kind of guys to have this cross. Now he didn't do the background. That Dio is a Crash Box Customs, but the cross that I've got them that's in the forefront that is there is, I thought was really cool, and he had a lot of cool stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. The only other two things I got from Kane County, we talk about vintage, and the question came up about, if things get too expensive, do you go back to vintage?
What a dumb question. Because when it comes to expensive, it's not cheaper. You're paying 10 times as much for the figure, but maybe you don't have. It's not coming from overseas. It's not cheaper.
Well, it's
There is
not.
some vintage. There is some vintage that's cheaper. Not all vintage is expensive.
Not all vintage is super expensive, and plus, I feel you can take your time, because if Horsemen come out with a whole wave, a dragon, anything, you've got a timed amount that you can get that for that price, or it's gonna. So there's a little bit of this. These are more stable, so, and anyways,
there's some truth to that for sure.
so I didn't put out $500 in buying a toy this week. I bought two things that I last year when I was saving and trying to finance my motorcycle, I sold a 12 set or 13 set, I think, of G.I. Joes, all straight arm, all the first ones, and I got a pretty good penny for that set. And I thought, you know what? I like that, and that was fun, and it gives me something to hunt at toy shows. So I bought my first one of them back. I bought Flash. I still got to find a gun. He did come with a gun, but the cord that plugs into his backpack is broken off, so I'm going to find a real good gun. But A lot of times you find Flash, he's usually, his red pads are scratched up and stuff, and this one seemed to be decent shape. So I picked up a old school Flash, and the visors are hard to get a hold of a lot of times too. And
Would that run you?
I think that ran me $40. And I'll just continue to.
That vintage is more expensive.
Well, he shit on me for Glios at 30 a few minutes ago, so I just was curious.
Have the same amount of articulation.
But there is something to be said about going to a toy show and being on the hunt. You know what I mean? And being able to look and, I mean, even at Mesquite-Con, there's always cool stuff that I get, but I'm also like, look at this Total Glios, and I bought a lot of Glios at that show. And I've bought a couple things from the vendors after the show because I didn't spend the money at the show. And I reached out and said, hey, by the way, I didn't get to your booth to get this. Can I? And I've gotten it from them because I know, like I said, I know that is still accessible to me. But in that moment of this rare Glios, I don't know if it's still going to be here. I grabbed it, and so that makes sense.
Yeah. So then also, I've always been a Star Wars guy. And recent Star Wars directions and movies have just kind of, nothing's really capturing that what I fell in love with.
Grr, Kathleen Kennedy, grr.
Oh, and it's bigger than her. But so anyways, I thought, why don't I get back to the basics? All right, I've never ever collected the original Star Wars toys ever. I was too young for it. Well, I wasn't really too young for it. I mean, they came out in 78, 79, and I was born in 78, right? Or maybe 78, because it was Star Wars.
Anybody else think it's strange that he knew the year of the Star Wars figures came out more quickly than he knew his birth year? Star Wars they came out December 1st in 98 or 78, and I was born in
by the time I was
79.
By the time I was aware of 3 3/4 figures, G.I. Joe was out, and I went straight to G.I. Joe, and I didn't get in on these, and didn't have many of them, if any, as a child. So, I really haven't experienced the original line of Star Wars. I thought, I'm going to dabble. I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy a really nice one at Kane County, which I did. I got this Vader here. Complete, really good shape. It's got the little sticky thing that they did on the end of the lightsabers for whatever reason. It looks weird, but they're often broke off. And I bought that, and I wanted to see how it'd make me feel. I'm like, maybe I'll do a Star Wars run. Maybe I'll collect all of them. And they're fun because they're so horrible.
Yeah, they're
not
awful.
horrible for 1977.
No,
but by today's standards, they're horrible.
Yeah.
That little orange thing, is that his lightsaber?
It's the tip of the
Slide it out.
lightsaber.
Look
So
under his arm.
there's kind of
Push that forward.
Oh.
But I don't know why they put that little skinny. I know there's a telescoping one that'll go in that makes it. And I don't know if Vader has that or if it's just Luke. I'm not by any means an expert on vintage Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the best way? Whatever. What's the best way to learn about it? I think I'm gonna start collecting them here and there.
Yeah, that looks so
pricey.
Weird.
$55 for that.
That looks to be in really good shape. I mean, I don't know comparatively, but
from the ones I saw,
Rocket.
The ones I saw at Kane, that's a pretty dang clean one.
It probably was supposed to get snipped off when they made it, and they just didn't snip it off.
Does it? Can I push it out?
Yeah, I just did.
I just want to do it.
Do you think maybe it has something to do with it's a fail-safe to be able to pull the lightsaber out if the tab
I think
breaks?
It could be, but like I do know.
You know, like on your butt plug. You know.
I do know that, like I said, there's a Luke version where that little tip like slides in, and that's the super expensive one.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I'm not looking.
It's not cheap. You start slipping your tip in.
Not looking to go crazy here on these guys, but like buy the variants that are really super expensive. But I think it would be kind of fun to have.
It's amazing to me that toy is approaching 50 years old.
Yeah. 50
that
years
is
old.
in amazing shape for being almost 50 years old.
50 years old, and basically the start, really,
of everything.
Of the 3 3/4 whole, everything 3 3/4 is pretty much because of that.
Yeah.
and they rapidly improved. I mean, G.I. Joe is a huge upgrade, in
Oh,
my
yeah.
opinion. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do with this? It's hilarious. He's supposed to fly a TIE fighter, right? He's Vader, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to take his cape off, I guess, because if you're going to set him in his cape doesn't...
Yeah.
They have a Vader Star Wars case at Lang's.
Dusty just posted that he has a Vader case full of those Vaders.
Oh. There you go. They also had some Transformers ones. So.
I'm ready.
Hey, I know you're over there crying about Star Wars, but
Luke,
dude,
I am your daddy.
Andor, man.
I'm watching Andor.
And?
I thought it started really great. I love
I'm watching and/or.
Mm-hmm.
It started really great. I'm trying to think of there's one episode I didn't like.
Okay.
Women.
I'm only a couple in of this season, so
You haven't seen the rave yet, then?
I haven't seen the first season yet.
no.
Okay. There's a weird one that doesn't fit.
Okay.
It's like a different director came in and did something different. I'm not sure if that's what happened there, but
All right.
but for the most part, I'm liking it.
Oh, I love it.
It's the first Star Wars one I've given a chance in a long time. Because there's been, was it the one with the kids?
Yeah.
They just did. I didn't even try it. The one.
So you don't even give it a try? Like you don't even like just watch it and see if you actually
If I
would
watch
enjoy
it, I help Disney's numbers, and they don't start giving me what I want.
I don't think it's going to happen.
People are loving Andor.
I
Andor's
just said I'm
amazing.
watching Andor.
Andor's amazing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to convince me like you hadn't been paying attention, but yeah,
Andor is so good.
I like it. I like the guy who plays Andor.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
He's great. The role's great. It's very well written and directed too. I feel like at least first season and the first 2 episodes.
There's some
this
things that I
season.
can complain about when we do a review, but I won't do that now because they would be spoilers.
Sounds good. Speaking of, what is everybody watching?
Okay.
Black Mirror.
Okay. So, rad documentary.
Yeah?
It is great.
Where do you find that?
It's on Amazon. So they unveiled it when they did the on Rad Day when it was at the theater, and I was supposed to go. Then I had to do something for work or something for the kids or anything other than me wanting to go and do that. Oh no, you know what it was? It was hanging out with the Horsemen here getting interviewed.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So I gave it up. It's awesome. It cost me $5 to rent it, but it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Had everybody, I should say not everybody, almost everybody. Like Lori Loughlin wasn't on there, but I didn't know, like, as hardcore of a rad guy as I am, I didn't realize that Bart, the guy Bart Connors that played Bart, whatever the mongoose guy, was a gold medal gymnast, and that's where they pulled him from. And like it was so good, man. It was the greatest hour and a half of my life. So it talked to all the stunt riders, and Hal Needham, who actually directed it, was an old school stunt guy. So that's why the stunts were shot the way they were and stuff. And they just talked about how much fun it was to make the movie and how they were all friends and it was just fucking heartwarming, man. So I got 1 or 2 episodes left of Daredevil. Still enjoying that.
Very good show.
So did you guys finished?
I finished
I
it.
just learned on this trip that I'm finished.
Steve did not think the season finale was the finale. He thought there was one more episode.
Oh, you thought there was more coming?
Yeah, it didn't have that bang that like boom, we're done. And so I'm like, hey, okay, I think I told the guys, can't wait till the next episode. That's gonna be the finale. And they're like, we just saw the finale. No, that was the finale. What?
So Andor's worth going back and watching. Pearson and I started the first episode. We got sidetracked. We really want to watch it.
Of
It's
the
worth
first
it.
season?
Of the first season.
Okay, I'll tell you, it's slow.
Okay.
But I liked it. It picks up, and I remember thinking that this has been a while, but I remember thinking the first 2 episodes they take you to make yourself sit there and watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How about Last of Us, Jeremy?
I'm caught up. So new episode drops today.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm caught up. I think there's been 3 episodes of season 2.
Good so far?
Yeah.
Breaking the internet. So
The second episode was whoo-wee. It was action packed and pretty
And were
nutty.
you aware that was that was the events in that
the thing that was going to happen? So I had an idea that thing was going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. I even up through the end of the episode, I was like, yeah, but I mean, they could always go a different direction, right? And nope. So, very good so far. So I totally recommend it.
Is the new Captain America good?
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolts worth watching.
Thunderbolts I thought that was really good.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thunderbolts a lot better than the new Captain America.
Yes, surprisingly. I mean,
the new Cap was good. I mean, it was a good action movie.
I'll say Florence Pugh was wonderful. Great actress. She's funny. She makes you kind of want to.
I went into Thunderbolts loving about 4 of those characters already, with John Walker, obviously Bucky, Red Guardian, and Black Widow, or whatever whatever she is. Yeah, Elena. But I loved the Sentry storyline and the comic, and I felt like they really nailed that. So I really, really enjoyed it.
We watching the new season of Jack Reacher.
Oh, I finished that.
Yeah.
Haven't started that.
Couple episodes in, enjoying it so far. Extremely pissed in the first 10 minutes of the season because I went no, and then they fixed it. So
Almost fully caught up with Cobra Kai.
What?
I've been watching. I
many
dropped
seasons
the
is
ball on
that?
the last season, so I've been catching up.
Are
With
you
that
in the
one.
last season?
Yeah, I'm in the last
Oh,
season.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it done?
Yeah, I finished it a while ago.
Yeah, and they got that movie coming out.
Oh, okay, so there's more coming.
Yeah, I hear the runtime is extremely short. That's for that movie.
Oh, it's probably all it needs.
Has anybody watched White Lotus?
I don't
we
know.
Parts of it.
We started the first episode. We haven't. There's just been no time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Time
and
has
there's
been
and a ton of
killer.
shows.
Pearson's running track. Susu's doing soccer. Susu just did the talent show. She's doing competitive cheer. She's doing running club.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I would be interested in your take on White Lotus, Steven.
What is it? A cartoon?
No.
Yeah, it's anime. Check it out.
It sounds like anime. That's why I said that.
It's from Afghanistan. It's Afghanistan animation.
Cody, I can't remember. Did you watch White Lotus or no?
No.
Not on your list. Yeah.
It's the name of the
even know what that
hotel,
is.
right?
Yeah. It's
The
it's
hotel
about
chain.
Yeah, it's a group of people at a all inclusive resort and a kind of like a little mystery. Someone dies. They tell you in the beginning someone dies, and then it goes back and shows you.
Yeah, it shows you the end first, and then
Sounds like
Tarantino's.
sounds like a Glass Onion show or something.
But it's not the same kind of like.
It's not like a big investigation thing. It's just like how the stuff happens.
Yeah, there's no investigation at all. It's just you're watching. The mystery part means nothing to me. Like I could care less. Sex, actors, the actors that are in it, I really enjoy.
There's 3 seasons, and they're all tied together by like 1 or 2 characters.
Something along those lines. Yeah. I've only watched the first season, and first 2 episodes, I was like, I don't understand why people are losing their mind. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful actresses, good actors, people that you see. I'm like, oh yeah, I love.
I mean, Walton Goggins is in season 3,
which
so
was one of my big. I'm like, I have to watch this now because he's in season 3.
Oh, this isn't a movie. This is a series.
Series, yeah. And
makes me want a hot dog real bad. That chick's in there.
Yes, yeah.
Stifler's mom.
Yeah. By the 3rd episode, though, I was like, oh, yeah.
I think Laura's made it through all
these.
3 seasons now.
Yeah.
So.
Invincible.
Yep.
Caught up.
I've been chugging through that. I'm enjoying it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Man, Walton Goggins made me think of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Solo Leveling.
Yeah, he's the scarred face guy that's in charge.
I
of the
told Jeremy to
organization.
watch that too.
What?
I have not.
Cody turned me on to a animation
Jesus.
Called Solo Leveling. You would love it.
Okay.
Sex?
Everyone would love it.
Not yet. It is really good. It's a fun, like, weird combination of like a Dungeons and Dragons realm with a video game realm aspect. I have really enjoyed it so far, and I just finished season 1 and I'm pretty excited to start season 2. To be honest, I'm kind of hooked on it now.
And it gets crazy, even more crazy.
I have had a feeling the whole time that things are going to get a little wild. Yeah.
It just is. He's moving so fast. Right?
It's a fun little concept that I think is sweet. Thank God. Oh gosh. Don't go through his browser history.
I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, if you go through the browser history, you might
what? Fine.
Oh, he's talking
women
to people,
with
so I just,
collar.
I just put a
shirts
picture
on.
of me in there.
Oh, I love this.
I don't even know who's it.
Let's see. I don't know, but the title of it was Steven's Fan Club. Jesus, that's a hairy nipple.
I watched it get hard in real time.
You did. I hope it's his family.
Right?
Oh, this does bring me to a one more fun story from
It looks like it's your nipple.
Chicago.
It looks like it's your nipple.
I wish. Mine aren't pretty.
I should have probably led with this story, but we're sitting there at the table in the lobby talking, having a good time. Kyle wanders off to go to the bathroom, and he leaves his phone sitting out like this. We should close that so he gets a surprise here. So Kyle grabs his phone. It's open like this. Kyle's phone, hands it to me, and he goes, "It's Kyle's phone." So I go, "Oh, cool." Open Snapchat, take a picture of my nipple, send it to every person that he's friends with.
That's fucking awesome.
So no shit, like the next night, it comes out. Like it ends up coming out, and we have this whole conversation about it. And Kyle starts going through because he never gets on Snap. He starts like going through, and he's like, "Oh my, that's my son's ex-wife." Kathy Moore. I hope that's yours. Fire emoji. Heidi Bulls. Ew.
Both of those should be swapped, right?
Yeah, and I was like, bitch, he fucking sent you a picture of his nipple and you didn't even tell me?
Yeah.
You weren't even like, Kyle sent me a picture of his nipple or anything. Like 3 days later, I'm
Yeah.
having this conversation with her, and well, I didn't really know if that was his nipple.
It was just an ew.
Yeah, so Pearson McCarthy.
Oh, lucky him.
He's like, "Oh no, Pearson," and I'm like, "Why are you friends with Pearson? And why are you sending him pictures of your nipple, you
Right.
weirdo?"
You fucking weirdo.
Cody Ottinger. Travis strikes again.
He knew right away.
He recognized my
I
nipple.
recognize that nipple.
Oh, poor guy. Poor
So,
guy.
are you guys willing to quick do the Mount Rushmore?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Are we prepared?
What was it again?
Top 4 Mount Rushmore of 80s hair metal bands. Yeah?
Fucking
Oh,
easy.
yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, huh?
Yep. Starts.
How did we start this again?
It's oldest to youngest.
Every time. Always gets to go first, okay? Well,
or do we for future whoever picks it,
just go around.
it goes so we go oldest to youngest and pick it, and then it goes around the table, or you could go oldest to youngest and it just starts with that person, so it's Jeremy, then it goes younger and then back to the top would be the other way to do it, so it's not always oldest to youngest, however you want to do it.
I'm fine either way. I will go first today. Cody was born in the 90s, I believe.
94.
So Cody will.
93.
Yep.
Cody
Oh,
will.
that's right, because Dylan was January 1 of 94.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, I was a freshman in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Cody will be bringing up the veto part here with his great knowledge of 80s hair bands.
I'm sure he knows a couple.
Yeah. I am going to lead with Poison.
They got to be up there. I'm not a Poison fan, but they got to be up there.
I would probably pick more so other ones over them, but they deserve to be at least in the top 10. So for sure, they were huge. and everyone rose has its thorn. And Nothing But a Good Time. I mean, yeah. They were like the epitome of that whole fucking
Glam
era.
rock, glam metal.
So the Ozzy Osbourne fan of me just wants to say Ozzy.
Right.
But to
Yeah,
me,
but
Ozzy is not an 80s.
he's not 80s
He
glam metal.
was an 80s hair band when
Right.
it was happening.
I don't think he was really hairband to me though.
He had the look.
Yeah.
So he had like that, he had like the gold. I remember like pictures of him with the teased hair, and so like he went through it, but his music wasn't quite
No.
that.
Yes. So I just did not feel right putting Ozzy on there. And Poison was a band that I personally really enjoyed.
Okay.
So this one's tough for me.
Are we doing
because-
oldest to youngest or no?
No, we're doing around the room. I thought.
Okay. Okay.
So
Go ahead.
this one's tough because there's two, and one I think
So did he pick yours?
no.
Because you originally said it's easy bar none. You just knew it. Now you're saying it's tough. So I just was wondering if you're being, do you have any integrity or what?
My particular choice is difficult between the two. Both of them I think deserve to be up there, but there is three at least that are super easy, and Poison's one of them. Poison is low hanging fruit as far as I'm concerned.
That's me.
And there's one more that's low hanging fruit that I'm sure
Physically.
somebody will say. I'm sure it's probably going to be Jeremy as long as he sticks to the rules. I'm struggling because I have one that I think musically fits it a little bit better, but I think the other one, the look fits it a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to go with my favorite from the 80s. And somebody might argue that it's not hair, but I think it is. I'm going to go Bon Jovi.
I'd say they fall into that.
So
They were right there for me too.
yeah. The other band that I have that I'm debating with, I think maybe had more of the look. I'm sorry, maybe had more of the music, but yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if my other one lands
I mean,
on it.
Slippery Than Wet was.
Bon Jovi is one of the greatest ever.
And,
So
and Bon Jovi kind of, like you said, for me was a little bit like Ozzy. I didn't feel right putting them in there, but they definitely were there.
right.
They were
And
there.
they started during that time where Ozzy was kind of
Oh, yeah,
he
way
adapted
before.
to it, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Bon
Yeah,
Jovi
he
is
kinda-
arguably one of the prettiest fucking musicians of the 80s.
Yeah. I'd say Ozzy was definitely a chameleon when it came to that
Yes,
stuff. It was
yep.
like he almost had a new band, like every
Right.
album, damn near.
Yep.
So yeah, he was constantly.
But Bon
adapting.
Jovi kind of came out in the heart of it.
Great choice.
So
Great choice.
Steven.
This is hard for me, but this is the one I want to pick because it's like my being as a little kid. This is kind of when I kind of became aware of this genre was this band, and I'm gonna go with Twisted Sister.
Ooh, not bad.
I don't know if it gets much more hair than
And
that.
that to me, that's one of when
Makeup,
I
the
say it's
hair.
easy for Twisted Sister's on there.
Yeah,
That was an easy one for me.
yeah. I Want to Rock.
Yep.
I mean, they were in fucking Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Strangeland?
Yes,
The movie that Dee
yeah.
Snider did?
Yeah. So this puts me in a spot because there's still a good handful of bands.
No,
that are
there's one.
super huge. I'm gonna have to go with the obvious, even though the other one probably had like better songs. But I'm gonna have to pick Motley Crue.
Yep.
They to me they just epitomize the whole 80s hair band glam whatever. They're a little dirty, a little sexy, a little like they probably smell
little
but they got-
murdery. You know
yeah, a
what I
little
mean?
murdery,
So-
a little dying-y. But yeah,
Overdosey.
Motley Crue, I think it's kind of hard to ignore them.
Yeah.
So
What was your other one?
the other one would probably have been Def Leppard.
That was
Yeah.
that was mine.
Def Leppard's a hard
that
one
was
for
the
me.
other one.
No Van Halen for anybody.
No.
So as much as Van
I
Halen
hate David Lee Roth.
did the 80s thing, and they did it well, and people copied it, I still feel like they kind of fall into that 70s thing, even though Sammy Hagar started in the 80s and carried them through the 80s.
Well,
so
Dave was at the beginning of the 80s.
He was.
And then Sammy came
Yeah.
in.
Jump and Panama, and I get it.
Yeah.
All
Hot,
those,
hot for Teacher.
they were huge in the 80s,
Right.
but they just didn't quite hit. They were like better than hair bands, I guess, to me.
I never really liked them.
What about
I've-
Guns N' Roses?
Guns just falls more into a harder category.
But
than-
I
for
think
me,
so.
no, the only reason I would argue Guns N' Roses is because of Axl Rose. That his look, he falls into the same category as Bon Jovi for me, right? I take Bon Jovi, John Bon Jovi specifically, not the band. I take John Bon Jovi and I take Axl Rose, and I go, both of those guys epitomize the look, but one is heavier and one is softer.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
Def
but even
Leppard for me,
so-
Def Leppard didn't have the look that these other bands did, but they sounded more like the Motley Crues and the Poisons and the guitar solos and that kind of, you know what I mean? They musically, and that's why Def Leppard and Bon Jovi were neck and neck for me.
And that's probably why Motley Crue won over that too, is because they had that whole package. Type
Right.
of deal.
Is it Appetite for Destruction that had the album cover with the 4 skulls?
5 skulls, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that's where I learned how to draw a skull, is copying that album artwork, and it just made them. I don't know if it's because of that artwork, but it made them feel darker, more.
They're
more
definitely
hard rock.
Oh,
More,
they're-
more metal. More
Yeah,
metal.
they are
metal, but more metal.
They are definitely heavier than those other choices.
I would say like GNR though. I mean, the only time they really could be considered a hair band is like in their first video,
Right.
Because that's when Axl had his teased hair. But other than that, they
but
were
he always
more
had,
of like
but
a
he had
dirty,
the leather pants and the bandanas, and he had a lot more of a Steven Tyler type look.
I feel they were more like a sleazy, dirty like rock band,
Right.
Kind of like
I completely agree with what you're saying.
to me, they kind of fell in line with sort of like Skid Row and Tesla, sort of too. Like they weren't as glammy; they were a little heavier,
edgier.
So
Yeah.
a part of this for me too, when I think of like glam rock, like these hair band kind of things and stuff, when I think about like Def Leppard and Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith, and I feel like their music crossed into a lot of
yes,
and
Those-
also
those
you
are
would listen
good-
to it today and go, that's still
Right.
a great song, or
Yeah.
Those- they're
stands
to me,
the test of time.
Yeah.
they're rock bands.
Yeah.
That's the most generic. No, these guys are rock and rollers.
Yep.
They're rock bands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you say hair metal, that's that's the teased up, that's the makeup, that's the feminine look of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, really, that's the core. That is the core group. There's 40 other bands that were in and out of that don't deserve to be up there, that wouldn't exist without that core group. That's a pretty solid Mount Rushmore. Cody, anyone to add?
Or take out?
That you deserve things to be up there?
He's gonna be like rat.
Round it, Quiet Riot.
I did love Quiet Riot.
Of course you did.
I would veto Steve's
Oh.
and put Def Leppard up there.
Oh.
Okay.
Def Leppard over Twisted Sister, mister.
I'm with you so much on that.
Yeah, I probably am too.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with Steve.
But if you're
I-
straight hair metal, you have to take looks over musicianship, and Twisted Sister deserves the
Twisted
slot.
Sister is the because for me, hairband has a little bit of silliness to it,
Right.
yeah,
and-
it's got that cheese.
and Twisted
I
Sister
would
has
argue
cheese.
like impact and like how popular were they, and I don't even know who they are, to be honest.
Really?
If
I bet
you
you'd know their songs immediately.
This list puts Kiss on there.
That doesn't
They
surprise
were
me.
also an adaptable band. Though.
Yes.
They made it through all like eras.
They would probably be on a lot of different lists
Yeah. But
because they've been rocking
Yeah.
for 50 years.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we nailed it.
Yeah, that's a good. That's solid.
Yeah.
What do we got in the?
I'm glad Steve's gone. Steve's is out.
Dirty ass Dusty says, "I'm surprised Steve didn't say Striper."
I like
To hell with the devil.
1-6 shooter threw in Cinderella, Rat.
Yep.
I liked Cinderella.
See, I see the Skid Rows and Queensryches and even White Snake, and I'm kind of like, those guys were just a little bit heavier and more thinky.
Little rocky.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not White Snake. They were more about penis, but like like flashing their penis. I mean,
Okay, so but if we
Queensryche is still sweet.
so let's let's reassess the criteria briefly, right? 80s hair metal bands. You have to have the look, but you have to have the ballad.
The ballad, yeah.
You got to have a
Motley
good ballad.
Crue started that shit with fucking
Home Sweet Home, right? Poison
Yep.
had the
Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
right?
Yeah.
You need the Warrant.
Def Leppard had
you know?
Bringing On the Heartbreak or who
Yep.
knows, or Hysteria
Great song.
itself.
Yep.
Great songs.
Bon Jovi, I mean, had arguably a few different ballads,
Yeah.
but that was kind of the criteria. Now, if you look, Guns N' Roses, November Rain, I mean, they all those big heavy hitting bands had a ballad.
Yeah.
Warrant was coming out with Cherry Pie, but then they also had Home Sweet Home. Like the ballad was kind of wait, is that not Warrant? Who's that?
No, that was Motley Crue. Was Home Sweet Home.
Oh shit! What am I thinking of? Warrant's.
Say they had Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yeah, there was
I'm sorry.
Cherry Pie, but no.
Somebody's gonna say it.
Yeah,
Heaven isn't too far
yes,
away. There you go. Yeah.
But like when I think one of my all time favorite, when I think if I created a hair metal 80s playlist, the first song on there would be fucking Nelson.
Love and Affection.
Yeah, Love and Affection. I can't live without your love and affection.
And then after the rain washes away the tears.
Winger, she's only 17. There's a ton of iconic, but Firehouse.
Oh yeah.
Firehouse is another one.
Yeah.
Had some ballads. Mr. Big, what the fuck? To be with you.
In the 90s though now.
Wow.
It's really like the tail end.
But that was the carryover. They still kind of had the big hair. That's kind of that transition. But no, that's a solid Mount Rushmore.
Nailed it.
Dig.
Cody stood up. That means it's time to leave. Get out of here. Wrap it up. That episode after a month. Bunch of bullshit. We love you all. Thanks for sticking along. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.